into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, Sanbonan and Dumelam to welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Monday to you.
It is a happy Monday.
Team.
There
Did
we go.
everyone have a good weekend?
Oh, I was at Durban July.
VDJ.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Lots of people made money, lots of people lost money. The fashion was on point. It was great.
And the FOMO was real on social media.
Oh,
All the people
dude,
tweeting about, if you're not here, you don't know what's going on.
I'd love to know how many people were there. It was packed, but awesome. So well done to all the big winners this weekend.
Well, let's talk about what we have prepared for you on the show.
Yeah,
this
man.
morning.
Well, you can be a winner yourself by saving every cent that you have. Don't hit the betting pools. We're going to give you some very practical advice on how you can save your hard-earned cash and make it work for you.
It's National Savings Month. We've got to start thinking about that. And then music from Jesse Clegg. Very, very excited to hear that.
Yes, very exciting. And then we also catch up with Carl Wasty on Expresso AMPD, focusing on youth bloggers.
Ah, and then speaking of youth, the youngest team in the Confederations Cup, Germany, they took the title 1-0 against Chile. So we're going to take you through all of the weekend's sporting results, but that's our major highlights.
Of course, who can forget the British and Irish Lions just putting one on the New Zealanders? Little...
The physicality, dude.
Well, they did play against 14 people.
Oh, please. Oh, look at you. Such a New Zealand fan right now. All black.
Green and gold.
All
Don't
black.
say that.
Anyway, let's get this day started. Ewan, how you doing, buddy?
Good morning, team. Doing well on my side. Welcome to you guys at home as well. It's going to be a feel-good Monday indeed. Let's quickly take a look at your weather this morning. And it seems that most parts of the country can expect a rather drop in temperatures, starting the morning off on single digits, and a couple of showers also expected for the Western Cape today. Let's take a look at those temperatures. Polokwane begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 22. Mbombela 12, 22. Pretoria 8 en 'n maximum van 22. Johannesburg 27. Mahikeng 8 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 23. Klerksdorp ook 8, 23. Kimberley 2 grade, lekker koud. Dit bly koel met 'n maximum van 19. Bloemfontein ook koud, 1 graad minimum vanoggend en 19 later. Richards Bay 16, 21. Pietermaritzburg 8, 18. Durban starting off on 16 with a maximum of 21. Tata on 5 and a maximum of 18. East London 11, 19. Craddock 1, 16. Port Elizabeth on a 9 minimum this morning with a maximum of 18. George 10, 18. Sutherland nice and cold, -1, staying cool with a maximum of 13. Cape Town 8, 18. Worcester 2, 19. Springbok starting off on 5 with a maximum of 18 degrees. And Uppington on a 1 degree minimum with a maximum of 21 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated as always throughout the course of the morning. I'm back just after 7 with another look.
Well, let's take a first look at what you can expect in your traffic. Before we do that, the Energy Department, they have announced a massive drop in petrol prices for July. 95 octane will decrease by 69 cents per litre, while 93 octane will be reduced by 68 cents per litre, effective from Wednesday. And this is due to the strengthening rand against the US dollar. But taking a look at your traffic, starting off in Gauteng, Diepkloof on the N1 northbound, there's congestion building between the Golden Highway and the N12 highway. And in Cape Town in the CBD, there's been an accident that's on the N2 inbound before you reach the CTICC. There's also an ambulance blocking the right lane, so please do reduce your speed in this area. Roads are also wet this morning, so allow for some extra travel time. Proceed with caution and, of course, switch on those headlights. That's where we leave your traffic for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Okay, let's see that killer return. No.
All right, well, turning our attention to social media right now, you can see Zoe looking beautiful. Kat there enjoying his glass of milk this morning, and that is what we're focusing on this morning. All right, Kat, you look beautiful as well, if you have to. But there is really something so familiar and heartwarming about fresh milk, from the smooth flavor and memories of beloved breakfast, bakes and treats, to the knowledge that it gives nourishment, keeping us healthy and strong. Now, there are so many reasons to love fresh milk, and we are going to celebrate that with Clover this morning. We want you to connect with us on social media and tell us why you love fresh milk. It could be attached to a special memory. Perhaps it is the main feature in a beloved recipe, or you could even share why you simply love drinking milk as a snack. No matter what the reason, tell us why you love fresh milk, and we'll be sharing your post here on Expresso later on in the show. And remember, it always the saying goes, fresh milk is better, and Clover fresh milk is way better.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Can we just give it up for the greatest pun in the world?
Oh, man.
I think my love for milk is attached to a special memory.
Memory? Oh, we love you.
Awesome.
We love you,
That
brother.
is awesome.
Of course, officially it has begun. It is a month of saving. It's National Savings Month, and we're going to give you some tips on how you can protect your hard-earned earnings.
Yeah, and I learned something about Jesse Clegg this morning, that the guitar on his cover of the very first album he made, right, is his dad's guitar. And during sound check, I noticed something else that he does that is closely linked to his dad. I wonder if he's noticed it.
He's channeling.
I'll ask him after.
Yeah. Oh,
so
that's
stay tuned to your
awesome.
Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll have Jesse Clegg making some music.
Only you can make my day.
The Pope. The Pope. Which I might have. Morning. How are you? Good. Wie bring ons in? Wie bring ons in?
Lekker.
Wie bring ons in? Wie bring ons in? Wie bring ons in? Were you thinking about boobs when you said memory?
No.
It would have been. I thought you did that on purpose.
No.
Because that was hella funny.
I'm battling if it's called the form words. Like if I go memory, I can't stretch.
Yeah. No, I thought that was freaking brilliant.
Oh yeah, shit there.
Just say you did it on purpose.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Monday morning. Time for us to now find out what our local stars have been up to over the weekend.
And they've been up to much, Zoe, and you and I can tell you that. Yeah, a few weeks ago we saw Casper Nyovest hanging out with Cuba Gooding Jr. Goals, firstly, tick that off the box. And now it seems that the Tito Mboweni hitmaker is adding another Hollywood star to his list of friends. Who were you thinking right now? Take a guess. None other than fellow rapper French Montana. In fact, Casper shared these images on his Instagram of him hanging out with French at a party. And there's no word yet as to whether they're working on new music together or they're collaborating. But seeing French, you know, obviously he just wrapped up a new music video right now with Nasty C. Let's hope that he'll be doing something with Nyovest, which is pretty cool. I mean, wow, guys, our talent is really doing well out there.
That is amazing, man.
They are.
Being recognized all over the place. And it's not just Casper who seems to be, you know, kind of taking pictures with all the high-placed people out there. None other than Chad Leclos was rubbing shoulders with the Pope.
Ooh.
Wow. With the Pope, yes. He took to Instagram and the Olympian posted a photo of him meeting none other than Pope Francis. And while I think it was a great pleasure for him meeting the Pope, his Italian fans were just as excited to see him all standing by to sign autographs and to take pictures. So yeah, our talent is really being recognized all over the world.
That's incredible.
Cool, man.
See, that's
really
what happens
cool.
when you get gold medals.
We need to do better at life, Ewan. Let's do better at life.
Let's do better. Let's get a gold medal
and do albums so we can meet people.
Life made. Life made. That's a wrap of your local entertainment news. We'll get into your international entertainment news a little bit later on.
Now, Mandela Day is fast approaching, and if you're looking for a way to honor the legacy of Tata Madiba, why don't you join an incredible new initiative that's been kickstarted by Travel Starts, our travel partner and South Africa's leading online travel agency, called the 27 Suitcases campaign. Now, from now up until the 18th of July, Travel Starts are going to be collecting clothes, toiletries, non-perishable food, and of course, children's toys for those in need. Then those items are going to fill up 27 suitcases and go to 27 charities across the country that desperately need to feel just that little bit better. For all of the drop-off details, you can go to Travel Starts blog. And the added bonus, if you go to Travel Starts head office here in Cape Town, they'll give you a free cup of coffee when you drop your goods off. So get on it today. Again, you can get all of those details on Travel Starts blog. Go and make a difference, a meaningful difference in someone else's life with South Africa's leading travel agency online, Travel Starts.
Now, it is estimated that nearly half of South African households out there are saving less than they were last year and, in fact, spending more than they earn, which is very scary. And this means that a majority of our households out there are not accumulating or saving enough finances to cover for future expenditure and liabilities like children's educations or retirement. Think about that for a moment. And with it, of course, being July and that being National Savings Month, this morning we welcome Vanessa Singh and Vanesha Palani from Nedbank, and they're here to shed some light on how we can all save a bit more effectively, which I'm very happy to talk about. Ladies, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Vanessa, we've been talking about the Nedbank pay-as-you-use account, the $5 account, which is in itself making it a bit easier for us to do banking and to look at our money differently. But why is it, do you think, that we as South Africans are struggling so much to save? You would think that it's part of our culture because we don't necessarily come from money like that. So why do we find it so difficult to save?
Yeah. So times are tough, and like you said, we always say it's difficult to save because we just really don't understand what we're saving our money on. And I think it's absolutely important to really understand what we're saving our money on, spending our money on, and make a conscious effort in terms of saving.
Absolutely. And Vanessa, one would think that it's a kind of a self-explanatory question when you ask why it is so important to save. But why would you say it is? And also, how can we start doing it? How can we start forming those little habits every single day that help us save better?
You know, Katleko, it's around we don't save as easily as we spend. Yeah? And so I think every person has this notion is, I want to save. But the inertia to get going is sometimes they feel it's insurmountable, but it's actually quite easy. It starts with doing just one thing less to save for something more important. So here's a practical example.
Okay.
I know you drink loads of cappuccino every day.
Yes, I do.
Yes?
A lot.
Yeah. So,
more than what is probably healthy, I should say.
So on average, a cup of cappuccino costs about 28, 30 bucks.
Yeah, let's
yes.
say about.
Yes. So just stop drinking one less a day. Okay. So let's say on average you're saving 30 bucks. Okay. 7 times 30 is 210.
Yeah.
How much would that be a month?
That
on
will
average.
be times 4 is 840.
Okay.
My math is still good.
Exactly. So take 800 bucks a month, save it, and then earn interest on it. And Vanesha, within 10 years, how much would he make on that money?
Almost 100,000 over
Get
10
out.
years.
Okay.
Yes.
And even more if you keep it in for 20 years.
Yeah.
So the idea is don't take that money out and keep on saving.
That puts that whole cappuccino just on the side. Yeah, not now, buddy. I need that 100K.
But that's
So it's
absolutely
still-
the trick, is don't spend that money.
Yeah.
Keep it in longer and let it grow over time.
Yeah.
Don't spend it on the small stuff.
And I'm not saying stop drinking cappuccinos
No, no, no.
completely. As opposed to having those 5 cups, have 4 cups.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just save on the one less.
And of course, that's one very easy, practical example. But is there kind of a defined amount that you would think South Africans should save as a minimum when you look across, our country and the kind of households that we have out there? What's the minimum that we should be saving every month?
So a benchmark is usually around 10% of your income should be for savings and investing. But don't let that hold you back. If you can do more, absolutely. And if you can't get to that 10%, just start with something. Something's absolutely better than nothing.
Even if you can't do 10%, because 10% is quite intimidating.
Yes.
So with Katleko's example of just 30 Rand a day. Now Katleko, that 30 Rand that you're going to save on a cappuccino, if you don't put it in a savings account, you're going to spend it on something else, isn't
true.
it?
That's true.
Because
It
it just goes with the flow and you spend it on something
and
else.
you always find a reason to spend, spend it on something when it's
because
just
you
lying
forget
around.
about you saved the 30 Rand. So what I want you to do is to put it into a savings pocket.
Yeah.
And if you put it into a savings pocket, say consciously, I've saved 30 Rand today. I'm not going to leave it in a bank account that I'm going to spend for something else, like the smart clothes that you use. Put it in a pocket. Put it in a pocket so that it forces you to move it from your savings account, from your normal bank account into a savings pocket and earn interest on it.
I think we can definitely all just put in a much bigger effort in changing the way that we look at our money to save for our futures, for our families as well. And I think we can all start by doing that, especially because, as I said earlier on, it is National Savings Month, the month of July. And this is the perfect time for you to start to get closer to your financial goals. Now, when we return from the break, Vanessa and Vanesha have a little challenge for us all, including you at home. So do stay with us.
I take big leaps. I make plans and backup plans. I just need my money to take me further.
All right, well, very, very interesting indeed. We can continue with our money-saving talks after the break. And after the break, we are going to encourage you to take the money savings pledge.
I think both of us are thinking, what can I do without? What can I do without? Well, I cannot do without some good music this morning, and you don't have to spend a cent. You can sit right where you are and get a free performance from Jesse Clegg. Is back, and he is sounding phenomenal this morning, so stick around. We'll see you after the break.
Lock it with photo of girl. Tell me, I'll let you know. Yeah. Just so you know, I'm doing my own reverbs, so he mustn't add reverbs.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome back. We're live, large and in charge on this Monday morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. And this morning we're joined by Vanessa Singh and Vanesha Palani from Nedbank, and they have shared some great advice on when it comes to how we can save and budget more effectively, especially because July is National Savings Month, and they have set us a challenge. But before we even get to that, I was wondering just now, Vanessa, why is July National Savings Month? Is it because we all go to Durban and spend all our money there?
No. I think, and Vanessa so rightly says around South Africans are the lowest savers in the world.
So not only on the African continent, in the world.
In the world. But, so at Nedbank, what we do is we try to encourage a savings culture throughout the entire year. You'll always see us advocating for people to start saving. But during July, because it's National Savings Month, we want to create a movement.
Yeah.
A movement that will change people's behavior, not just for the month of July, because the old adage around, if you do something for 21 days, continuously, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So during July, we want to start this movement to change people's behavior so it becomes a habit.
And I know that earlier on we made the example about me cutting back on 1 cappuccino a day and thus saving 30 Rand, but it can really be a small amount because it is about making that mental change, right?
Absolutely.
And I want you to talk to me about this challenge that you're posing to the country, because this is what we are trying to get everyone to do, not just during the month of July. We'll start now,
yes,
but we wanted to go throughout the year. So what is this challenge?
Yeah, so my challenge to South Africa, so come on South Africa, let's do one less to save for something more important.
So
yeah?
do
just
one
less to save for something more important, whatever your important is.
Yes.
Yeah?
So you've got to just decide for yourself what can you do one less of in a day.
Yes.
And then you continue that for the month.
And I want South Africa to follow us on My Savings Pledge. Hashtag My Savings Pledge. I want every single South African, including you guys here, to say, what's my savings pledge?
I've got to think a bit on that.
It's my savings pledge. Everybody has a different, what's your savings pledge?
Well, mine is to actually make lunch rather than buy lunch at work. I should be eating less, maybe. That would actually be better. But I'm going to start with just making it at home rather than buying it.
Okay, well, today's the 3rd. Have you started already?
Absolutely. Today's my first day.
Is your lunchbox in the green room? If I go and look there, will I find the lunchbox?
I'm going to have to do without food today then.
And what about you, Vanessa? What are you pledging for the month?
Do you know, I've deliberated, because it's got to be practical. I don't want people to make radical changes. Savings must be... Earlier on, I said, we must save as much as we spend. It's a conscious decision. So for me, it's around, I tend to use my car a lot, and I spend a lot of money on petrol. Petrol's expensive, and yet I'm from Gauteng.
So you drive fast?
I drive fast, I drive far. And so I've consciously made an effort to use some of the public transport, like the Gautrain. We've got the Gautrain.
Yes.
Okay. So if I park at the station, take the train to work, and then I'd probably save 50% of my savings on petrol fees a week.
Wow.
Okay. Can you imagine?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I spend about 500 Rand a week on petrol. So 250, it's 1,000 Rand a month I'm saving. over 10 years, it's this big number.
We're talking big numbers now.
Talking big numbers. And yet it's something so small.
Yeah, and the great thing, if you have, let's say, the 5 Rand pay as you use account and you have the different pockets, you can actually have just that one, let's say, your My Savings Pledge account, that pocket.
Yes.
And then you can just throw it in there.
Yes. Yes.
Every day, just like take it out and put it in there. Just put
Yes.
it in there. And then you actually see how it grows, right?
And the nice thing around, so those that are starting small and starting from now, is to open up the pockets. But there's so many different ways of saving. So the pocket, Vanesha, that we can name the pockets, right?
Absolutely. You can get up to 10 pockets and personalize them, which is fantastic.
Absolutely great stuff. So how about you go out there and let's see if we can all join forces, South Africa, in the hashtag My Savings Pledge campaign. We want to know what you are going to be going out there and doing one less of a day so that you can save for something more important. And a little later on, we'll be sharing what we are going to be doing one less of every single day. And of course, we want to link up with you on our Facebook page. Tell us with the hashtag My Savings Pledge what you are going to be doing less of. Graham, have you thought about something yet?
I'm grappling here. Either I'm going to go on the bus and enjoy a coffee on the bus, or I'm going to drive and have no coffee. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Now, we're going to get into that conversation as well throughout the show. Let us know on our social media platforms how you are going to save with one less. Well, right now, we have an abundance of music. So chuffed, so proud to have Jesse Clegg back in our studio. He's about to kickstart a month-long tour of the Western Cape, and he's performing now, Black and White.
Lock it with a photo of a girl, frozen in a moment, baby, looking at the world. Everything goes black and white. Hold your hands up to the light. I need to know if you do or you don't, you will or you won't. Cast it to the ocean, throw it to the sea. Memories a lifeboat, baby, drift away from me. Everything goes black and white. Hold your hands up to the light. I need to know if you do or you don't.
Don't end, dude. That is absolutely awesome. We are always learning. You know, when even the cameramen have got their cell phones out, going live, trying to record a video, dude. You are sounding absolutely phenomenal. Where can people see you perform? I know you're down here for a month now. Where are you at the moment?
Well, the tour kicks off on the 13th of July. We're doing PE, East London, Cape Town, Plett, and Magaliesburg. Randomly.
Cool. You've got to do it, man. You've got to get out there. But we are so chuffed to have you here.
Thank you.
We've got you all morning, dude, to go and
I'm
recharge
here, man.
your coffee.
I'm not going anywhere.
Unless you are going to be sacrificing your coffee. Please don't.
No, I won't.
Don't do it this morning. But you can let us know on our social media platforms what you thought of that performance this morning. We'd love to hear from you. Hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. And a big thank you to Golden Circle for supplying our technical equipment. Time now to get back into our official duties.
Well, it's now that time of the morning for us to take a look at your national headlines. The National Treasury has announced that it will financially bail out the ailing South African Airways once again. The financially troubled airline currently has 2.3 billion rand debt with Standard Chartered Bank, and Treasury says the bailout will be used to pay the debt off to avoid a default. The national carrier has been bankrupt and surviving on state-guaranteed loans and failing to submit its financial statements. Staying with local news, the Energy Department says the strength of the rand against the dollar has contributed to significantly to the... I'm doing the news. What is this? Sorry, guys. Because you look so good so early in the morning. Oh my gosh. At 39.90 rand, any excuse for a Big Mac medium meal. Hashtag Big Mac excuse. Oh. This looks amazing. Well, you know what? I suppose any excuse for a hashtag Big Mac, hashtag Big Mac excuse. So why don't you share us your Big Mac excuses, or you post them on our Expresso Twitter account or Facebook page with that hashtag Big Mac excuse. Well, listen, now back to the national news, and with the good news, the Energy Department says the strength of the rand against the dollar has contributed significantly to the decrease in the fuel price. The petrol price will drop by 69 cents a litre for 93 octane and 68 cents a litre for 95 octane this Wednesday, while both grades of diesel will go down by 60 cents a litre. The department added that international prices of petroleum products have also decreased in line with lower crude oil prices. Moving to international news, a suicide car bomber pursued by security forces blew himself up in eastern Damascus yesterday, with a motoring reporting 18 killed in the deadliest attack to hit the Syrian capital in months. According to reports, the deadly explosion took place after police managed to detonate 2 car bombs on the outskirts of the city, but the third managed to reach the city center. There has been no immediate claim for or responsibility, but previous deadly attacks in Damascus have been claimed by the Islamic State group and rival jihadist factions. Staying with international news, Germany, France and Italy's interior ministers are to meet for crisis talks as Italy warns the influx of migrants into the country is unsustainable. Italy has threatened to close its ports and says it needs more support as people continue to cross the Mediterranean from Africa in large numbers. More than 500,000 migrants have passed through Italian ports since 2014, and numbers are on the rise again. Well, that's where we leave your news headlines for now. Head us on over social media because I'm going to enjoy this right now.
We kickstart our global sports watch on this Monday morning with cricket and the Proteas women earning their second win of their World Cup campaign as they thrashed the West Indies by 10 wickets yesterday. South Africa easily chasing down the 49 runs required for victory after they bowled the West Indies out in just 25 overs. So the win moves South Africa to third place on the overall standings. That's behind India and a very strong Australian outfit. Some other results from yesterday's matches saw wins for Australia, England and of course India. Then round 15 of Super Rugby wrapped up this weekend as the Bulls, Stormers and Lions walked away with victories. Some impressive, the Lions cementing their place at the top of the South African log with an emphatic 94-7 win over the Sunwolves. Joburg-based side ran in 14 tries to their opponents' one to earn their 13th win in 14 games. Some other results from the weekend saw the Bulls beating the Sharks for their first win on the road, and that was by 13 points. The Stormers earning a tough comeback 40-34 win over the Cheetahs, while the Kings, they edged out the Jaguares by 31 points to 30 in a nail-biter. Then on to football. South Africa sadly were knocked out of the COSAFA Cup last night after suffering a 1-0 quarter-final loss to Tanzania. Elias Maguri opening the scoring in the 18th minute That proved to be the only goal of the game, as Bafana's quest to retain the title they won last year ended in their first match. So other quarter-final results saw Zimbabwe earn a 2-1 win over Swaziland, Lesotho beating Namibia 5-4 on penalties in the end, while Zambia, they edged out Botswana 2-1. And staying with the beautiful game, Germany were crowned Confederations Cup champions last night, earning a 1-0 win over Chile in St. Petersburg, Russia. Only goal of the game came in the 20th minute as Lars Stindl, he hit it into an open net after Chilean defender Marcelo Diaz lost possession. The result sees Germany earn their first ever Confed Cup trophy to make it 8 trophies in total. Elsewhere on the day, Portugal walked away with the bronze medal. That was after earning a 2-1 win over Mexico in that 3rd and 4th place playoff, despite being without Ronaldo, of course, travelled home to go and meet his new twins. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Before we take a look at your traffic, just a quick reminder about the Energy Department announcing a massive drop in petrol prices for July. 95 octane will decrease by 68 cents a litre and 93 octane will decrease by 69 cents a litre effective from Wednesday. Starting with your traffic in Gauteng in Benoni on the N12 westbound, a vehicle has overturned on the side of the carriageway near Tom Jones Street exit, and in Cape Town in Khayelitsha, there's also been an accident on the N2 inbound between the R300 interchange and Borchards Quarry Road exit. So you can expect heavy delays in that area. That's where we leave your traffic for now.
Let's quickly get into your temperatures and your weather on your Feel Good Monday morning. And it looks like most parts of the country can expect a drop in temperatures starting off the day in the single digits, with the Western Cape expecting a couple of showers throughout the course of your Monday. Let's get into your temperatures. Polokwane begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 22. Mbombela 12, 22. Pretoria 8 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 22. Johannesburg 27. Mahikeng 8, 23. Klerksdorp 8 en 23. Kimberley 2 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 19. Bloemfontein 'n koue 1 graad vanoggend en dit bly koel met daai maximum 19. Richards Bay 16, 21. Pietermaritzburg 8 en 'n maximum van 18. Durban starting off today on 16 minimum with a maximum of 21. Mthatha 5, 18. East London 11, 19. Cradock 1, 16. Port Elizabeth on 9 degrees minimum with a maximum of 18. George 10, 18. Sutherland -1 this morning, nice and cold, staying cool with a maximum of 13. Cape Town 8, 18. Worcester 2, 19. Springbok 5, 18. And Uppington on a 1 degree this morning and reaches a warmer 21 degrees maximum. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We've got one update left for you just after 8 o'clock.
Listen, this is my happy dance. We're connecting with you on social media because for Monday Motivation, we have some awesome excuse. Well, we have to tell you that the price for a Big Mac meal has decreased to R39.90 a meal. So, of course, we want to ask you, what is your hashtag Big Mac excuse? Hit us up on Facebook as well as Twitter and let us know. What have people been saying?
Well, while you're doing your boomerang dance like Zoe, Valdine Fortuin says hashtag Big Mac excuse. That's our favorite family meal. Need to pop in, so make sure you do that. It's Piwawuse Matigi. Kutalele says, de-stressing after every hard exam. Hashtag Big Mac. Yeah, well, is it exam time right now?
Exams are pretty much over because the schools are closed, so varsity breaks are also happening now.
So how about have one now for all the exams you had, especially the ones that you have to repeat if you have to. But anyway, Hopewell says...
Not this year, next year.
All franchises go down because Big Mac is now $39.90. Got a party. Hashtag Big Mac excuse. Or if you're like me, because Zoe's taller than you today, so...
It's the shoes.
Just to feel... I want to stand on the box and then hopefully I'll be taller than you. Let us know what your hashtag Big Mac excuse is on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Man, I don't know about you, I'm hungry right now. All this talk of burgers and Big Macs. What's on
Clearly,
earth,
I'm not
man?
pretty enough.
Anyways, listen, let's continue. There's a lot looking forward to on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. We're going to connect with Carl Wasty and Expresso. AMPD is asking learners what they think about blogging, because blogging nowadays is massive, man.
Yeah, man, you can make a career out of it. And then we're going to get into all of our weekend sporting highlights. Germany crowned the kings of the world at the moment. Of course, our Confederations Cup champions. Some Super Rugby results there as well. We'll see you for that in a mo.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning. We are live, large and in charge here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. And you know what, Mzansi, one thing we know about South Africa is that we're a very complex country.
Yeah.
You know, because we have no chill, we have too much chill, because we have FOMO, because we went in Durban this weekend, because we're trying to say, because anything, listen, any excuse out there goes for a Big Mac, and it's because they've just dropped the price for an entire meal for $39.90, and I'm talking beef or chicken, right?
That's
Big
amazing,
Mac,
yeah.
including your fries and your drink as well. So today you can have an excuse, any excuse. What's your excuse for having a Big Mac meal?
Well, firstly, do you really need an excuse?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you see, zero chill.
I'm just
zero
saying,
chill
you
right
need
here.
an excuse.
I'm gonna chill.
No, but it's a great snack, man, on the go. Like for me, I call it a snack because I eat a lot. Okay, I eat a lot. So for this snack meal,
do you want to get two?
Definitely, I'll get two, man, for that price. Yeah,
completely. Yeah.
It's okay, Zoe.
What's
it's
your
okay.
excuse, Zoe?
Well, the whole morning you've been telling us to save, save, save. Say no more.
Oh, you should do it for National Savings Month.
Okay,
Yeah.
and your excuse?
My thing is, I have to walk past it anyway when I walk my dogs. Okay, it's just I have to. It's no choice. It's the route that I have to take. So I might as well.
My excuse is because the ladies here at the corner McDonald's here, they like us so much. Whenever we walk in there, they're always so friendly, and they're like, oh, can we have photos? I'm still going there just because.
Obliged almost.
Just because, yeah.
You know, actually, it's your responsibility.
But it's nice though.
Yeah, no,
I enjoy it too. I would be lying if I said I didn't. But listen, the best part of it is that you can enjoy this, and you don't even need to have your own car. You don't even need to get out of the car, because you can firstly go through to McDonald's drive-through. Yeah. And if you don't have a car, then don't stress, because you can just download the Mac Delivery app, and through that, it'll be delivered right to you.
Dangerous.
How crazy is that?
Dangerous.
$39.90.
My poor dogs are never going to get walked again.
No, don't give up on the dog walking. Do the dog walking with the $39.90.
Modern times, things have definitely changing, and especially, you know, if you think of today's society, when it comes to blogging, it's an individual's way to express their thoughts and share it with like-minded people across the globe. But for our South African youth, we asked the question this morning, is blogging a way for you to express your ideas or a quick way to get famous? Carl Wasey headed to the learners of Gardens Commercial High School to find out that in this morning's Expresso AMPD.
Welcome to Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wasey, and wait, hold on. I should put this on my blog. Where's my phone? Perfect. You got me? So if you could create your own blog, what would it be about? Totally going to post this like on my channel. Well, I'm not sure which channel, but one of the two.
If I were to create my own blog channel, I would probably take African music, because as South Africans, we're not promoting our own music. What we're doing is we're listening to music from overseas, listening to hip-hop. Why aren't we promoting African music? Why aren't we listening to our own kind of music? Let them hear our own kind of music.
Growing up in the midst of time, to be specific, growing up in a township, because we know in this day and time we have a lot of negative environments that tend to break us down. So I'd probably find a way on how to motivate people to find the silver lining in everything.
Fashion, and not just any fashion, but African-inspired fashion. I feel like African designs are not recognized as your international designs by other international people. I feel like we need more recognition for our African design.
I would do it on sport, local sport and international sport, because I think that sport's a very innovative thing for youth. You know, everybody has a passion for some sport. I'm not talking about specific sport, maybe like different kinds, not gender specific as well, male, female, everything, because I think sport's a passion for youth these days.
Time for your first video here at Expresso Amped. It's Monarch and Broken. If you're struggling to think about your next big blog idea, here's something to inspire you.
Show me. This song is broken. Just like my heart when yours is frozen. And I can see it in your eyes. Oh boy, they turn no ice. I'm telling you, girl, this song is broken.
If you could collaborate with any celebrity, or even a celebrity take two. If you could collaborate with any celebrity on a celebrity dog blog, another take. If you could collaborate with any celebrity or a celebrity, a Bob Dog blog, who would it be and why? Got it. Good boy.
Miriam Makeba, because she's original, she's African, you know? She has this thing where she doesn't try to fit in. She doesn't try to be like anyone else, but a true African.
Alec Wick, because she's a humanitarian. She donates to young people and works through a way of building up young children.
Bonang Matiba, because she's a huge inspiration to us girls, and whatever she wears, she's like a fashion mogul, like a trendsetter. So whatever she wears, people will want to wear.
Time for some more vocals from the locals. This is the Smoochies and Wiki Wiki Wiser. If you like the song, bob your head.
All I can do is, all I can feel is, all I can be is love. Wiki Wiki Wiser.
So let's get real for a second. Do you think that blogging is an awesome way to get your interests out there and express yourself? Or is it a quick way to get famous? My name is Carl, and I want you to post this everywhere. Follow me at Carl Wasty, at Expresso Show. Follow.
Blogging is a cool, great, phenomenal way to get your voice heard, because you touch a lot of souls with just one blog.
It's an easier way of getting connected to young people and various people through the internet, because internet is one of the fast ways of communication these days.
You know, there's different ways that people could do it, but blogging is something that you don't have to speak face to face, where most people get nervous. It's something that you type and it's about your passion.
Let's stop horsing around and bring you some fire. This is Reason and Celebrity, your final video here on Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wasty. I'll catch you next week Monday.
I feel like a celebrity. They treat me like a god. This is blasphemy. Blasphemy. Hey. I step into the club being ushered by some bouncers, trying to keep a low profile, but they announce us. Say we in the building, so everybody pounds us. Your instant crush is screaming in my ear as she pounces. Everybody knows who the realest in the house is. Hardcore rapper in a section with some house cats. Skinny jeans baggy cause my pocket's full of thousands.
Great tunes to start off your Monday morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Carl Wasty, as we now take a look at what has been a weekend full of sport. My word, Confederations Cup, the return of Super Rugby. But of course, we've got to give a tip of the hat to the British and Irish Lions, who laid one down for the All Blacks.
As Zoe said, yes, to a 14-man All Black side. Sonny Bill Williams getting sent off, and he's received a 4-week ban as well. So he'll play no further role in this. But 24-21, the win there, and a very memorable win for the British and Irish Lions. But I think we can expect a backlash next Saturday.
We'll see how that goes down. We'll see how that goes.
They'll come back fiercely.
But let's talk Super Rugby that came back this weekend.
Round 15 wrapped the Lions in imperious form. So many of those Boks shining still. There's a Yankee scoring 17 points on the day. Riaan Barnard was also in there with 25 points on the day. They ran in an unbelievable amount of tries, 14 tries. They must have been exhausted. Get this, meters run 1,214 on the part of the Lions. They must have been exhausted just from sprinting the ball in. But this really is a tale of the tape. Defenders beaten 59 throughout the day. So
perhaps this is why they're deciding to get rid of some of the teams. It's just, the standard just isn't the same. Right?
They can't, and it'll be interesting to see if the Sunwolves are one of those teams that get cut. Then we saw the Bulls returning to form, their first win away over a Sharks side that just looked rusty. It was almost like the Sharks hadn't been training over that international break at all. But Jan Serfontein, he was one of the stars, obviously, of the Springbok inbound tour against, he was the man of the series, in fact. Yeah. He was brilliant. Warren Gallant running in 3 tries on the night, absolutely superb. But I would imagine the Kings Park faithful, they were not happy.
I was looking at that lineup, the Bulls lineup, and thinking that Jan Serfontein and Jesse Clegg, when they step together onto a field as a centre pair, there's already just an intimidation factor about them. You think, like, we're done.
And they've brought the role of a centre back into the fore. You've got pace, you've got that line-breaking ability, absolutely brilliant. But I think Jan Serfontein was the man of the match for me. Then, of course, the Cheetahs, they looked so good against the Stormers. They had that lead right up until the end before Sikhumbuzo Nocha, one of the late replacements, scored a try. So we've got to tip our hats as well to the Cheetahs. And, of course, the Kings, another memorable win. They fought back in the dying moments, 31-30 over the Jaguares.
I must say, yesterday, I could not have predicted it looking at the first bit of the opening half in the Confederation Cup final. I thought Chile were going to run rampant, but they didn't.
When you look at the possession stats, they were dominating, which makes the feat of the youngest team on average in the competition. I mean, that's where the turning point, Marcelo Diaz, absolute blunder there, freeing up Stindl to be able to get through. And I think they were deserved winners in the end because they played a brilliant tournament with so much pressure on their shoulders as a young side. Sebastiano leaving most of his big names out of this team. I think a lot of people were expecting them to just be crushed by some of the big names. You talk about your Alexis Sanchez, some really tried and tested names, but they showed a lot of heart. Unfortunately, you've never seen a team win the Confederations Cup go on to win the World Cup. So he's going to have to bring some of them stars back in.
I'm thinking that Jürgen Löw is going to be hailed as the hero of this Confederations Cup and what he's done to be able to build up such a young side to compete on international level like that. So when they get together with the likes of Thomas Müller and Mesut Özil, that's going to be just crazy. Anyway, so that's what we have for you from this weekend full of sport. Let us know what are some of your weekend sporting highlights. Share them with us on our social media platforms, and of course use hashtag Expresso Show. Hi there, Manny Pacquiao. Hi there.
You okay, Zoe? What just happened?
No, it's that's why I'm not in the kitchen. Listen.
What on earth?
Take a quick break.
You okay? Okay, so I'll go. Yeah, Zola's here to sort us out with dinner. Roast meatballs with sweet potato, and we're beefing it up with some jungle oats.
And then we'll do some abs with Riaan Barnard after the break.
You want some more, Zoe?
I'm a dreamer. A doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
welcome back. Mokhae to Dumela Zala. Thank you so much for chilling with us on this Monday morning as we right now are about to explore some of the most interesting stories we found online. Of course, I know that some of us out there are just had this fear of data. We use too much, right? We use too much and then, you can't even, because the video is buffering now, there's no more, yeah. Well then listen up, because Vodacom is about to make your day with up to 1 free gig of data, and Vodacom is offering customers the chance to explore more of the internet with the Make Your Day campaign by giving you access to a new site every day for the week. And Monday is all about Facebook, so we're about to check out some of the interesting stories and those videos that we found online. What do we have today, guys?
Yeah, so the first one is one of those stories. Yeah? Very, very cute one. Yeah, so forget high school sweethearts, all right? So this couple is taking it to another level. They met in preschool, all right? And Matt declared his love for Laura when he was just 3 years old.
No way.
Just 3 years old, saying that he would marry her one day, okay? They then reconnected in high school and they decided that they were meant to be.
No.
And they are living happily ever after.
No way.
No way.
No way.
3 years old, man.
This happened?
I hope the boys put him in his little Simba outfit for his bachelors again, at least.
Talk about when you know you know.
That day.
Well, we're going to put a different spin. Yeah, that wasn't all, man. So this one is actually awe-inspiring, to say the least. We're talking about an engagement box, okay? So normally the ring is the scene stealer, but in this case, a particular jeweler was commissioned with the task of creating a box that looks like the golden snitch from the Harry Potter franchise. Harry's Potter. So now you've got to open this up to find the wedding ring inside.
That is incredible.
How beautiful is that, man?
That is amazing.
Oh my word. You know what I wonder?
And even engraved it with "I open at the close."
Oh my word. Wow. That's like if you're a Harry Potter person, then you know what we're talking about. I wonder, like, looking at the design, right? If you had to take it and toss it up into the air with those wings go.
I don't know.
And then it just goes out the window. You lost your wedding ring forever.
Then you say to your girlfriend, like, okay, so chase it. If you catch it and you can open it, I'll marry you. Anyway, there's some very, very cool stories out there, man. My word. Yeah, all right. But as I said, to make your day, all you need to do is buy a Vodacom 100 meg data bundle or more, and then have a positive balance. And then you dial *111*634# and download the latest My Vodacom app to opt in. And of course, use all of your free data out there to let us know which hashtag, video, or story has caught your attention this morning, and then share your thoughts with us online on our Facebook page and on our Twitter page using hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, well, it's fitness time and no stranger to your screens. Riaan Barnard with us in studio, and this morning it's all about 5 steps to the perfect abs. Hoe gaan het?
Baie goed. Sia bono, molo. Goeiemorgen. Good morning, South Africa.
Oh, okay, so we're all fired up.
Man,
I love your energy. Okay, cool. So 5 steps to perfect abs now that we're all fired up.
Yes.
What's the first step?
So we're going to start off with cycling in the air.
Okay.
Let's just lay on our back. Make sure that you're warmed up. Maak seker jy is opgewarm. So gryp jou handvatsels en dan gaan ons net fietsry.
Okay.
Dames en here, julle kan fietsry tot julle boeg raak. Ek begin gewoonlik eers tel wanneer dit begin brand.
Okay.
So daar is nie totaal waaraan jy moet vashou nie.
Okay.
Jy trap tot jy moeg is.
Okay, so you have to step until you're tired.
Jy step tot jy tired is, tot jy
and
begin
then for
sweat.
TV purposes?
For TV purposes, we can go on for the running.
Okay.
So it's like Usain Bolt doing a sprint.
Or a weight for Nika.
Yes, or a weight.
Yes, we're keeping it local. It's great.
Yes, apparently he's doing super. So I'm coming for you, Wade. I'm coming for you. And then there is the twinkle toes.
Twinkle toes.
Yes, so you...
And this is one movement. That's movement number 2. We're on to number 3 now.
We're going to number 3 now.
I have to check.
So it's just small kicks. Small kicks. And you can go a bit up.
Cool. Now this is obviously something with a lower back. If you've got a niggly lower back, what is alternative
for the lower back is you can do the doggy style ab workout.
Okay.
So you sit like a doggy.
Go on to all fours.
Soos 'n hondjie, as hy.
As hy.
En hierdie is baie goed vir die boude ook en die larig, soos ek vir jou nou gesê het.
Yes.
En dan vir die abs, so jy kom in met 'n crunch.
Okay.
En jy hou hom daar.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been struggling with my lower back, so I quite like this one.
Rug is mooi reguit, hou jou ken op. Maak seker is 'n plank daar met jou rug, asof jy kan stryk.
Okay.
Ja, sê, en dan kan jy na die ander kant toe, linkerkant.
Okay.
Sê. Voel jy hom?
Yes, I'm feeling it.
Dan crunch jy by die abs. Dan is daar 'n ander een wat ek vir jou wou wys, maar jy sê met die lae rug, is dit vir jou 'n bietjie van 'n probleem?
Cool, so you're going to show it to
Ek gaan
us.
vir jou gou wys. Is 'n super crunch. So jy
So this is Riaan Barnard
jy
Super
flik hom op.
Crunch.
Jy flik dit op. Jy hou hom daar, steady. En dan flik jy hom op. Hou hom daar, steady. Flik hom op. En dan wat jy ook kan doen vir die boonste stukkie, jy flik hom op. Stoot hom uit.
Oh wow, okay, these are real advanced movements.
Flik hom op. Stoot hom uit.
Thank you, Riaan.
Ja, so daai is die 5-step workout saam met Zoe Brown, dames en here.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm here with Riaan Barnard showing us how to do the 5-step workout to perfecting those abs, because we know summer bodies are made in winter.
Definitely.
There we go. Thank you, Riaan Barnard, waking us all up on this Monday morning. Hey, Zoe. Good morning, my dear. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well. How are you?
Good, good, good. Looking forward to this recipe. And we're using, of course, our very trusty Jungle Oats. We know that Jungle Oats has been around for 97 years and they are the experts on nutritious breakfast in South Africa. And also, it's very, very versatile. So we're going to incorporate that in meatballs this morning.
Absolutely.
Pair
Dinner.
that with some sweet potatoes and you've got a winning dinner.
Well, you do, absolutely.
Yeah.
So oats isn't just for dinner,
That's the thing.
for breakfast.
Yeah.
You can have it for lunch and for dinner and for snacks.
I love
so
that.
We're going to incorporate it into our dinner and fortify our meatballs.
And
so
fortify.
add nutrition to our meatballs.
Beef it up.
Beef it up, exactly. I can do it too.
You can do it too.
Okay, so
You look good.
yeah, we've got some beef mince. You could use chicken mince or pork mince,
Okay.
whatever you like. Okay. Then we're going to add some of the Jungle Oats to that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And this helps the meat go further, obviously, because well, you're obviously using oats to
Yeah.
bulk it up. But like we said before, it adds more nutrients as well because Jungle Oats is so good for you.
So I want to ask you this because I love using kind of meat and making my own like burger patties as well instead of breadcrumbs.
Absolutely.
That's a good idea, right?
Absolutely. So for people who aren't taking in gluten, for example, so you can't use flour, definitely Jungle Oats is a great substitute. It helps sort of absorb the moisture in your meatballs or your hamburgers so they don't fall apart when you cook them.
Okay.
So this is some fresh thyme that Zoe was giggling about earlier.
Because so basically, Zoe, what did she say? She's like, what spice is this?
And I was like, Zoe, it's
a herb.
Okay, so fresh thyme. You can use dried if you don't have fresh.
All right.
And then we're going to add some vegetables to it because this is a great way to get your kids to eat vegetables without them really knowing if they're not really vegetable lovers.
Right.
So this is some zucchini or courgettes, just grated really finely.
Finely grated.
Yeah. And then some carrots as well, also grated really finely. And then the flavorings for our meatballs are some spices. We've got some cumin, some coriander, and a bit of paprika, or you could use cayenne pepper. It's up to you.
Lovely.
And use them according to your taste. So, make it the first time, the way the recipe says, and then sort of experiment after
experience
that.
with it.
A bit
Okay.
of garlic,
Excuse
always good in a meatball, okay?
Yeah.
And then, of course, some salt.
She's almost feel like you need to get your hands in here.
I mean, you're welcome to, but I don't know about a man in a suit getting his hands in the meatballs.
Well, you know.
Okay, so then basically all you do is you're going to form these into balls. Okay, so
Okay,
let me
you
do
go for it. You go for it. If you want to get your hands on the recipe, very easy. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. That's jungle to 33728. We'll send you everything you need to know. It is quick and easy, flavorful at that, and very, very healthy for you as well.
Can you smell the spices?
All the
Really
spices,
delicious,
they're coming into there
and you can
nicely.
see the Jungle Oats sort of peeking through there. And then what I like to do is serve it with a bit of sweet potato.
It's
okay. So this is sweet potato, not butternut. It's the sweet potato with the beta carotene in it. That's why it's orange. Okay.
That's it.
And then drizzle it with oil, season it with salt and pepper into an oven preheated at 180 degrees, and they'll cook for about 40 minutes. So you want to get the ones that are cooked. Just
There
use
we
the
go.
cloth, don't
I mean,
burn
it's also
yourself.
a great thing adding oats into your meatballs. It adds a bit of fiber as well as low GI, so it'll keep you fuller as well.
Yeah. So use this cloth here. Don't burn yourself.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, we know you're
Jeez,
Superman,
all right.
but you're
So
not
while I get
Superhuman.
these out, all right, that keyword is jungle. SMS that to 33728. Here's a quick look at those steps once again.
In a bowl, combine the beef mince, garlic, courgettes, carrots, ground cumin, ground coriander, paprika, seasoning, and Jungle Oats. Shape into meatballs and place onto a baking tray. Arrange the sweet potato chunks around the meatballs. Drizzle with olive oil and sprinkle with fresh thyme. Roast for 25 minutes until golden brown and cook through. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs. T's and C's apply.
And there you have it. Look at those beautiful, beautiful meatballs. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. And then you'll send you the recipe to make this for dinner tonight. I think it's such a great idea. Something different as well. Sweet potatoes, healthy for you. Absolutely. Of course, nice mince, the oats in there with soluble fiber. And they also help maintaining a good cholesterol, which is fantastic.
Yep.
So, yeah, try this out. Jungle to 33728. But on top of that, we've got a great competition for you. Jungle is running a photo competition around the country where you can stand a chance to win an amazing weekend away. Simply find the Jungle photo booth that's strategically placed in a beautiful location around the country. Take a photo and tag Jungle Oats to stand a chance to win. It's as easy as that. Now, if you're in Miller's Drift, head over to Horseback Africa. In Durban, you can go to Belito Beach. If you're in Pretoria, head over to Freedom Park and get photographing right away. Now, these booths will be moving around the country, so keep your eyes peeled. T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on the website jungleoats.co.za. Zola, thank you very, very much.
A pleasure,
Hey,
handsome.
look at that. Ooh, look at that.
You
Did I
look
just...
really good in a suit.
Zola Nene. Okay.
Jungle, the natural energy champion.
Don't cry over spilled milk. No, you must definitely cry over spilled milk. We love it. It is your Milky Monday here on Expresso this morning. We're going to look at the many reasons why we love our fresh milk as we celebrate with Clover. And what better way to do that than finding out why we as presenters love our milk and how we use it by the day today. And we also want to get our earliest memories of this nostalgic drink. And it is so nostalgic for me. It's actually the original protein shake. You ain't get in here. I know you're a milk fan, man.
Oh man. The breakfast is served, eh?
It is served indeed.
Absolutely. How do you enjoy your milk? So
Well,
you've been snacking on this the whole time while we've been here.
I've been snacking on my thing, but when it comes to like milk dishes, like my favorite's always like sauces and cheesy like lasagnas. That's generally my favorite if I have to say milk. Use of milk. But one of my reasons I love cold milk more than warm milk, in fact I can't drink warm milk, was as a kid, we were grade 1, we went on a school outing to the little foot farm. They milked the cow right there and they made us drink the warm milk. And I know where some people love warm milk, that for me was the tipping point. I just drink cold milk.
See, that's the difference between boys and girls right there. I remember that as well as a youngster. I'm like, yeah, it's fresh, it's straight from the cow.
As fresh as it can get.
What's your earliest milk memory, dude?
My earliest milk memory, I don't know, besides the bottle that my mom gave me. It's like, no. Look, I mean, milk has been a part of my life, I mean, pretty much growing up, you know. But I mean, even now, I find the value in it, you know, very, especially when it comes to training. Yeah. Because I know when I have a hard session, it's an extra source of protein for me to make my protein shakes with. That's amazing. And then also, if I find myself in the countryside, dude, I find the milk farm, all right, go to the farmer's like, hey man, can I just, and then have it with some putu pap.
I love that, man.
Some putu pap, it's amazing.
Well, that's why I said it's the original protein shake. And one of my earliest memories is so funny. This kind of sets the tone for my relationship with my mom. Every day I'd get home from school, I would take the liter of milk and I would just down it, the entire thing. My poor mom, who was a working mom, would get home at 5:30 and I'd know she was home, not by her saying like, hi grandma, I would just shout, where's the milk? And she'd scream from the kitchen. But I have a love affair with milk and I always go full cream because you deserve it. You treat yourself, man. Absolutely love it.
Why is the milk on?
So you can blame me, guys. You can blame me, but you can let us know on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. Why do you love milk on this Milky Monday?
Graham, you're so lucky I'm not your father. Oh, if I was your father, I'd just beat you. Why are you doing the whole bottle of milk? What are we going to do for the week? Anyway, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at how art is being combined with surfboards. And also today, I don't know if you know this, it's International Compliment Your Mirror Day. What does that mean? Well, stick around to find out.
to your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Monday morning. Thank you for tuning in and spending your morning with us. Time for us to now find out what our international stars have been up to.
Yeah, and a lot has been happening right now where the Carters are concerned, not only with Daddy Dearest dropping his 13th album last week, Friday 444, but the names of the Carter twins have had the rumor mill going as soon as they arrived just a few weeks ago. But it seems that the conundrum of the name game has now kind of been figured out. Because reports are suggesting that Beyonce and Jay-Z have finally named their newborn babies. Can you guess?
Well, we're still waiting to hear on the genders.
Yeah. Well, they're a pigeon pair. We know that.
Pigeon pair.
We know that. Yeah. So the twins have, according to reports, been named Rumi Carter and Sir Carter.
That's quite cute. Rumi's quite a cute name.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir, could you please, sir, bring me my paper. Well, apparently, Sir is in honor of Jay-Z himself, as his son is set to carry on his name. Fans suggest that it's a nod to Jay-Z recently being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So that could be one reason for it, if that makes sense. And then Rumi is a name used in Japan. It means beauty, current, flow, water. And people are saying that the latter, of course, the water, could be paying homage to Blue Ivy and kind of showing that sisterhood link between, you know, the little baby girl and Blue Ivy, such as the bond that Beyonce and Solange has. And we all know how strong that bond is. It go down in the elevator.
I was about to say that too.
But Rumi and Sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just let that simmer down for a moment while we take in the next story. Talking about a big bond. Lionel Messi and his wife made their lifetime bond this weekend as they said their I do's. Now the couple who met when they were children exchanged vows at a lavish hotel and casino in Argentina in front of guests, which included footballers Xabi Alonso, Cesc Fabregas, and Carlos Puyol as well. And Messi looked quite dapper, if you like to have a look at that, in a tux that which complemented his bride, Antonella Rucuso, which he wore a fitted lace gown, a lengthy train as well. Look at that. I mean, how beautiful is that?
That's sweet that they've known each other since childhood.
Yeah. So there's no word right now on where they'll be taking their vacation, but Argentina media reports that it will be a kid-friendly place so that the couple can take their son along with them as well. So how beautiful is that? Congratulations, Senor Lionel Messi and Señorita Messi.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I can't get over it. So,
that's a wrap of your international entertainment news this morning. Right now, we're bringing it a little bit closer to home, okay? Now, local Cape Town art collective, they've been very, very hard at work behind the scenes, collaborating as a community to bring their creative vision to life, okay? Now, in the middle of a crowdfunding campaign, Expresso visits the team to find out how their mark boards are all coming together.
Cool.
The worlds of surfing and fine art don't often collide, but a collective of respected Cape Town artists and surfing enthusiasts are making this happen in a special way through the creation of mark boards.
Ended up studying fine art straight out of school at Rhodes University. After that, I got a really big commission and ended up traveling around Canada and painting the walls of backpackers in exchange for board and lodging. And that's how I started to diversify the art form, painting canvases, painting walls, and then a few years ago started painting surfboards. The name of the company, Mark Afrikaans, Mark Boards, just making stuff. I've always been a maker of things, from skateboard rails to surfboards, and these are handmade boards from when they start to when they finish. 3 years ago I got a commission to paint a board. I started working with Trev then. We spent a few weeks in the shaping bay learning about shaping, learning about painting, learning each other's arts, and I realized that there was an incredible potential for this to go beyond us and to bring other artists in, and through doing that create an original artwork that just comes in a different form.
Getting together the daring artists who would rise to this challenge required building the network with someone who understands the art community very well.
Well, we feel that there's definitely synergy in working with mark boards, because working on a more unusual canvas actually creates a touching point with a much greater market, as it were, the surf market, which is also massive, and very passionate, involved members there, also very creative.
To ensure an even unique and customized board, Marty and Blake turned to shaper and surfer Trevor Minnie, whose technique in shaping by hand is an element that is rare in the production of modern surfboards.
Hand shaping is definitely a way more customized board. The shaper is spending a good 5 hours, at least 3 hours, just thinking about you and your board and your rails and your bottom curves. everything about you, even your personality. Initially, it's getting in contact with who the board is for, who's going to be riding the board. I mean, that comes down to everything, down to his experience, where he's going to surf. So it's 100% customized. For the last 3 years, we've been fine-tuning this, and it really, truly is a product that's, I don't think I can think of any other product in the world that's so customized and so individual.
The talented group of local artists who have been commissioned to paint the boards are thrilled at the opportunity to add their artistic style to the unusual platform.
Collaborating with Mark Boards is very interesting, and it's very fulfilling, because while I'm collaborating and doing what I love, I'm also learning new things, especially about the surfing culture. Just to go in depth with the sport, and how the sport being so different to art, and how it's actually fusing together as a partnership. It's really inspiring. I've never worked on a surfboard before, but as an artist, I like to learn new skills. It's a lot different to painting on canvas, because the board itself is just the foam. There's no resin, it's no covering or any protective layers over it. So you really have to be sensitive, so to keep that in mind while you're painting. Because it's such a good partnership, I think new opportunities, new challenges, and new fun can actually happen from this.
Mark boards are the true essence of what can be created when a community's passion is ignited by a common and unique goal. And if you're one of the niche communities that lies snugly between the surfing and art spheres, then you can get your hands on one by backing Mark boards in their Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign.
Well, that is definitely some of the most beautiful arts I've seen on surfboards, and these surfboards are really absolute beauties, and each one are one of a kind. Now, if you love surfing as much as you love your art, and you want to get your hands on an original customized Mark board, then all you have to do is search for Mark Board's crowdfund page on Indiegogo.com, back their project, and you could walk away with a custom artwork or surfboard.
Oh, well, listen, this is your feel-good breakfast show. And recently in France, a law got passed that models have to prove a doctor's certificate to prove their health. And this is a big step forward in, defining beauty norms in the fashion industry. And it's gone into effect. And as today is International Compliment Your Mirror Day, we've decided to bring in the beautiful Deborah Mutund. She is from the Congo. You're one of South Africa's, first Congolese plus-size models in the South African fashion industry. That was a mouthful. You are beautiful, and it's so great to have you on our show this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Deborah, when it comes to beauty standards and the norm of what people expect, most of your career you've been, portraying body positivity and fighting the societal beauty standards. What does Compliment Your Mirror Day mean to you?
Well, Compliment Your Mirror Day simply means be happy with yourself today, not tomorrow. When you're gonna get rid of those stretch markers or cellulite, be happy with yourself today. You only live once, and we are trapped into our bodies for the rest of our lives. We might just love them.
You have to, and I like that. Not necessarily just be happy with yourself, but just be nice to yourself.
Absolutely.
I feel like we are so harsh when we look at the mirror. We
Indeed.
hardly point out the positive things about ourselves and only what we find fault with.
Absolutely. We all have something special. We all build differently. We have different features, and just play with what God gave you. I mean, we all have something special, and we are unique, and that's what makes us, and that's already enough.
Yeah, I love how you say just play with what you've got. And that's what you have to do. You have to play. Now, a study in America that was recently done has showed that, when women look at magazines or publications where average women and plus-size models are used, they're left with a positive mindset. Why is that so, something that's so important for people to consider?
Well, I guess the fact that the media are the one portraying what they call norms of beauty, or what should be called beautiful or excellent, sends a message to the viewers. When you put on somebody who's more relatable, who looks more like you feel less into a competition mode, and you just enjoy yourself. You see somebody that looks like you feel a lot more comfortable.
I like that, because If you think about it, the publications are often Photoshop. That aren't a realistic portrayal of what the girl actually looks like. Makeup and all of that plays a role. But let's now move on to your future plans. I mean, you've been in the modeling industry for a number of years, and you now want to tap into design.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like it's also my role to contribute into this beautiful industry. I've been here for quite a few years, and this has changed my life completely. I went from an insecure little girl to this confident woman that you see here. I wasn't built in a day. It took me years, hard work, to be where I am today, and I'm so happy, and I feel like I'm fulfilling my life, and I want to share that with other women. So that would be my contribution. I feel a little bit sad when I go shopping because I feel like it's kind of hard to find sexy, nice outfits for curvy women. So this is what I would like to bring up, and let's see how it goes.
Oh, well, I can tell you it's going to be a hit. Deborah, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And all the best of luck with your new fashion line. Of course, we want to encourage you to think positively about yourself, especially since today is International Compliment Your Mirror Day.
So we're going to take a very quick ad break then. I think he's proven his chops with platinum sales for his records, but he is a man you have to see perform live. Jesse Clegg is here all morning, so stick around. Got another performance coming away after the break. Then we're going to play our favorite Monday morning guessing game of Guess the Celeb. See how on the money you can be at the start of a fresh week.
I was on the outside, couldn't hear the call. Kept it on the inside, my back against the wall. Searching for the answer, it never comes around. Beneath the landslide, till someone pulls you up. Make it out of here, my love. Fall into the stars above. I know you're tired, you've had enough. Keep breathing, 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 breathing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Your feel-good breakfast show, indeed. Welcome back. As I always say, your timing is perfect. We've got another performance coming from the multi-talented Jesse Clegg with one of the biggest hits of 2016 that he collaborated with the ever-so-talented Shakana on. Here he is with Breathing.
I was on the outside, couldn't hear the call. Kept it on the inside, my back against the wall. Searching for the answer, it never comes around. Beneath the landslide, till someone pulls you up. Make it out of here, my love. Fall into the stars above. I know you're tired, you've had enough. Keep breathing, 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 breathing. Fighting off the monster never goes away. Picking up the pieces, never felt the same. Chasing after shadows, it's only in the mind. Racing through the darkness, be careful what you find. Make it out of here, falling to the stars above. I know you're tired, you've had enough. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing. Make it out of here, my love. Falling to the stars above. I know you're tired, you've had enough. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing.
I had to bring myself back down to earth there, man. That was beautiful. An awesome track with Chicana, really cool collaboration. Is that something you like to do? You are such a brilliant standalone performer. Is there something exciting about collaborating with SA artists now?
Yeah, there is, man. And actually, we're just releasing a remix of that song.
Cool.
As we speak. DJ Kent did an awesome remix of the song, so we're about to release that now. So the collaborative process is really exciting and inspiring, and it's amazing where a song can go when you get some outside perspective from different artists.
A little added
yeah,
genius,
it's really
man.
awesome.
Where are you now in your recording, performing process? I know you're embarking on a massive tour now, which I know you love.
Yeah.
You love the live, but where's the studio in all of this? When can we expect another album?
Well, I mean, the last album only came out a year ago, and we're still releasing singles from that album.
Brilliant,
so
man.
I'm always writing. I'm always, you know, kind of expanding on my songwriting and, you know, getting ready for the next thing. But right now we're just kind of touring this album, and we're about to hit the road on a major tour in July. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to take a little break.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Take a breath, dude, because I think the fans are hungry at the moment. It's so awesome to have you in the Western Cape. He's going to be touring all across this part of the world. We'll put all of those dates on our Facebook page. But speaking of which, let us know what you thought of these two performances this morning with Jesse Clegg. So good to have you here,
Thank you, man.
So good
Always
to
a pleasure.
have you back. Again, you can connect with us using our @Expresso show handle. Time now, though, for the news.
Kom ons kyk vinnig na jou nuushooftrekke vroeg op jou maandagoggend met jou nasionale nuus. Die nasionale tesourie het bekend gemaak dat hy nog eens aan die sukkelende Suid-Afrikaanse lugdiens 'n finansiële reddingspakket gaan bied. Die SAL het enorme finansiële sorge en skuld. Standard Chartered Bank R2.3 biljoen. Die tesourie se reddingsboei sal aangewend word om die skuldlas te verlig ten einde wanbetaling te vermy. Die nasionale karweier wat nie sy finansiële state kon voorlê nie, was basies bankrot en is deur staatsgewaarborgde lenings aan die gang gehou. Dan die departement van energie sê die sterkte van die rand teenoor die dollar het aansienlik tot die afname in die brandstofprys bygedra. Die petrolpryse daal Woensdag met 69 sent per liter vir 93 oktaan en 68 sent per liter vir 95 oktaan. Albei grade diesel daal met 60 sent per liter. Die departement het bygevoeg dat internasionale pryse van petroleumprodukte ook in ooreenstemming met laer ruoliepryse afgeneem het. In die internasionale nuus vanoggend 'n selfmoordbom, 'n motorbomaanvaller wat deur veiligheidsmagte agterna gesit is, het homself gister in die ooste van Damascus opgeblaas en die dood van 18 mense veroorsaak. Dit is die ergste aanval nog die afgelope maande in die Syriese hoofstad. Na wat berig word, het die noodlottige ontploffing voorgekom na polisie daarin geslaag het om 2 bomme in motors aan die buitewyke van die stad onskadelik te stel, maar 'n derde motor het ontglip in die stadsentrum gehaal. Tot dusver het niemand nog verantwoordelikheid aanvaar nie, maar die Islamitiese staat en wetywerende jihadistiese faksies het in die verlede gesê hulle was vir soortgelyke noodlottige aanvalle aandadig. En ten slotte die ministers van binnelandse sake van Duitsland, Frankryk en Italië gaan krisissamesprekings voer nadat Italië gewaarsku het dat die instroming van migrante vir hom onvolhoubaar is. Italië dreig om sy hawens te sluit en sê hy benodig bykomende hulp onderwyl groot getalle mense uit Afrika steeds die Middellandse See oorstreek. Meer as 500,000 migrante het die Italiaanse hawens sedert 2014 binnegestroom en getalle is nou weer aan die toeneem. Dit is waar ons die nuushooftrekke los vanoggend op jou Goedvoel ontbytprogram.
We start with cricket this morning, and the Proteas women earning their second win of their World Cup campaign as they thrashed the West Indies by a massive 10 wickets yesterday. South Africa easily chasing down the 49 required for victory. That was after they bowled the West Indies out in just 25 overs. So the win moves South Africa to third place on the overall standings behind India and Australia. Looking at some of those other results coming out of yesterday's matches, we saw wins for Australia, England and India. In round 15 of Super Rugby wrapped up this weekend as the Bulls, Stormers and Lions all walked away with memorable victories. Lions cementing their place at the top of the South African log with a 94-7 victory over the Sunwolves. Joburg-based side running in 14 tries to their opponents' 1 to earn their 13th win in their 14 games. Unbelievable record. Some other results coming out of the weekend. We saw the Bulls finally get a win on the road, beating the Sharks by 13. The Stormers earned a 40-34 win over the Cheetahs, while the Kings edged out the Jaguares by 31 points to 30. Then on to football. Sadly, South Africa were knocked out of the COSAFA Cup last night after suffering a 1-0 quarterfinal loss to Tanzania. Elias Maguri opening the scoring in the 18th minute, and that proved to be the only goal of the game as Bafana's quest to retain the title they won last year ended in their first match in the knockouts. Some other quarterfinal results saw Zimbabwe earn a 2-1 win over Swaziland. Lesotho beat Namibia 5-4 on penalties, while Zambia edged out Botswana 2-1. And finally, staying with football, a major highlight this weekend. Germany were crowned Confederations Cup champions last night, earning a 1-0 win over Chile in St. Petersburg, Russia. The only goal of the game came in the 20th minute as Lars Stindl, he hits into an open net after Chilean defender Marcelo Diaz lost possession. So the result sees Germany earn their first ever Confederations Cup trophy. Elsewhere on the day, Portugal walked away with the bronze medal after earning a 2-1 win over Mexico. That was, of course, in the 3rd and 4th place playoff. That's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, just a final reminder about the petrol price drop as the Energy Department announced that 95 octane will decrease by 68 cents per litre in July and 93 octane will decrease by 69 cents per litre. This is due to a strengthening rand against the dollar. But let's take one final look at your traffic, starting off in Diepkloof in Gauteng. On the N1 northbound, there's some congestion building between the Golden Highway and the N12 Highway. And in Cape Town in the CBD, there's been an accident on the N2 inbound. It's before you reach the CTICC. There's an ambulance blocking the right lane, so please do reduce your speed in the area. Roads are also wet this morning, so please proceed with caution, switch on those headlights and maintain a safe following distance. That's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Let's quickly take one last look at your weather on your Feel Good Monday morning. And it looks like most parts of the country can expect a drop in temperatures, starting off on the single digits this morning. And then you can also expect a couple of showers for the Western Cape throughout the course of this Monday morning. Then your temperatures, Polokwane begin op 6 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 22. Mbombela 12-22. Pretoria 8-22. Johannesburg 7 en 'n maximum van 20. Mahikeng 8-23. Klerksdorp 8-23. Kimberley 2 en 'n maximum van 19. Bloemfontein lekker koud, ook 1 graad minimum en 'n maximum van 'n koel 19. Richards Bay 16-21. Pietermaritzburg 8-18. Durban 16-21. Mthatha begin op 5 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 18. East London starting off on 11, reaching a high of 19 degrees. Cradock cold this morning, 1 degree minimum and a cool 16 maximum. Port Elizabeth 9-18, George 10-18, Sutherland very cold, -1 this morning with a maximum of a cold 13. Cape Town 8-18, Worcester 2-19, Springbok 5 this morning and a maximum of 18 degrees, and Uppington starting off on 1 degree minimum with a maximum of 21. That's a wrap of your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Monday morning.
So I can tell you that things are about to get very, very lit on social media because Dr. Eve has launched us all. Check out her latest tweet talking about, is it okay to date your best friend's ex? What? Okay, we'll talk about that later. But right now, let's quickly tease your brain and see whether you've been following all the latest news and are you on top of your game when it comes to celebrities, the world of music, television and movies, because we've blurred out a picture of somebody that's making news headlines right now. We're going to give you a couple of clues and see whether you can get that grey matter switched on in our guessing game, Guess Who?
Yeah, we're going to keep it local. Of course, he's featured a lot in social media this weekend for various reasons, so I don't want to give it away. But let's give you some clues here, okay? So if you can't make it out from that picture,
do this in front of your TV
do the
like
thing
this.
with the eyes of the 3D thing. So the South African TV presenter, actor and designer, and of course model, was born in Soweto back in 1990, so he's a young'un. He was named as South Africa's sexiest man back in 2013. He has completed his BA degree at Wits before working in the fashion industry, where he really is starting to make a name for himself. This might be a giveaway as well. He is also a very hunky, top-billing presenter.
Yeah, look at your TV and do this. If you do this, it'll stand like 3 meters back and then do this. Yeah. It'll make it easier to see.
It's Nico. Is that Nico?
So head on over to our social media platforms and let us know this morning's mystery person. And of course, remember to use our official hashtag Expresso Show on Twitter. Speaking of social media, Zoe, what you got?
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Well, I've got you, Kat, right here on our screens drinking some milk. And as we take you down this milky memory lane, we're asking you, what do you love about Clover Way Better Milk? Taking a look at some of the responses, everyone loving it. Paki says, good morning, Expresso team. I love Clover milk because it's so creamy and healthy. I can't take a day without it. Kelly says it's only milk that isn't watered down. It's creamy and tastes good. Minerva says it stays fresher longer and it's packed well. Love this product. And Ratana also echoing the same thing, saying it tastes so good. Clover milk is the best milk to drink, and it makes a tasty milk tart. There you have it. Well, continue to connect with us on social media. That's Twitter and Facebook. Remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
Clover Fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
All right, well, let's quickly take a look at what you can still expect on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Of course, it was a big weekend in Durban. The Vodacom Durban July took place. We're going to bring you all of those updates, the fashion, the races, all of that, so you don't feel that you've missed out or suffered from any FOMO whatsoever. And then a rather interesting relationship chat this morning with Dr. Eve. We're cracking the bro code. What does that mean?
Clover.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. And I think, you know, this past weekend was probably and arguably Africa's greatest horse race. The Vodacom Durban July took place over the weekend in Durban, and as one of the most anticipated events of the calendar, this year saw more than 54,000 people in attendance, including our very own, drumroll, Graham Richards.
That was great. Thanks for your fashion advice before the event as well. You got to step out in style at the Durban July. As you mentioned, over 50,000 spectators there, and they were ready for a very exciting race. There's something about the Durban July when it comes to the horses, it always throws out surprises. So let's see who the top honours went to. None other than Marina Resco, who was last year's runner-up, ridden by the brilliant Bernard Fade Herb, who was amazing. 200 metres back going into that final stretch, and he just managed to edge out Al Hassim, who I'd put, or Sahem rather, who I'd put my money on. As you can imagine, I was losing my mind on the side of the field. But coming in third, Edict of Nantes, Krambambuli, Nightingale placed fifth, and then Horizon, who was probably the biggest name there in terms of the chatter beforehand, placed sixth. But I think what is most noticeable, this was the first time ever that a female trainer has taken top honours at the Durban July. Candace Bass Robinson, congratulations, ma'am. Coming from the Bass dynasty of horse racing, they really have been an amazing family in the South African fraternity. So congratulations, Candace. I think people were as proud of that achievement as they were of the winning horse. So, but so exciting, man. That final stretch, you couldn't pick a winner. But Barnard, Fade Herb, absolutely amazing, man.
Oh, amazing. You know, if Riaan was here, we would have just spoken fashion. I'm just saying. Listen, let's talk about the ladies' fashion. Who do you think wore it best? Because you were there.
I was there. I have to say that the fashion, people took a lot of license. Obviously, the theme, the colour was red, but people did put themselves out there. We've got to tip our hats quickly to Terence Bray, Tuli Cindy and Malcolm Klook, who were the invited designers. They kind of set the tone on the action stand. You make sure you catch Top Billing this week to get all of those highlights. They got some amazing footage. But as always, Kanye Mbao stood out. She was the Ice Queen, looked resplendent in white, absolutely beautiful. And of course, you had her man, Edward, at her side. And then I think someone else who really stood out in white, opting to kind of dull the colour palette, Sarah Langer-McKay, who is a fashion blogger, and I would imagine got a lot of attention over the weekend. She was truly superb, and she also looked great without the colour palette there.
Okay, awesome. And then, I mean, you looking spectacular yourself. What were your take on the gents' fashion?
Well, just quickly, just throwing it out there with we need to include the colour, the boldness of red really was taken to heart by, in particular, Lala Hirayama and Thando Tabetu. Both looked absolutely gorgeous and went all out. There was something kind of classic pin-up-y about them, and I know you're a big fan of the pin-up look. Looked fantastic, and I think Amanda DuPont also stood out for me with quite a playful, she dressed it down and was ready for the party, but she also looked fantastic in colour. But I think, as always, ready to steal a show, and we did see the gents really step up their game. Danelle McKenzie's man looked absolutely resplendent, dapper in a pinstripe suit. We saw DJ Tira there, who was photographed alongside Somizi. Now, Somzi, he is always going to stand out at an event like this. Just take a look at the headpiece that he's got on. I wish I could see it now. But he really did stand out in a very out there and experimental fashion lineup.
Yeah.
I love the fact that people can push the boat out with the Durban July. Some very conceptual. But for me, what I enjoyed the most was the classic look. The gents, I feel you stole the show at this year's Durban July. Lots of pinstripes, lots of classic cuts with the suits. It really was impressive. So for my first ever Durban July, I might not have been a big winner, but I loved the experience completely. So well done to the organisers.
Oh, well done indeed. Look at you, the real fashionista coming out of
You've turned me around. You've turned me around. So.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I can tell you the FOMO was real this side.
Well, you don't have to have FOMO right now. Listen, we are watching the timelines. I think it's about to get lit because Dr. Eve has launched us with today's topic. Now, we've all heard of the sister or the bro code, this sacred doctrine by which you live to ensure that romance never infiltrates into the core friendships in your life. But is this code really universal? I mean, do the rules we try to stick to change on a case-by-case basis? And what should you do if you find yourself falling in love with your friend's or your best friend's ex? Or your friend's crush is making moves on you or showing interest? Should you always just choose friendship over love or vice versa? Our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is here to engage in this question. Of course, take all of your comments and questions. So please do call us on 021-430-9881. Dr. Eve, what have you done? What a topic. So, I mean, they say that friends are the family that we choose. And you know, once you have those friends, you tend to associate with their friends. Your circle kind of continues to grow. So is it then a natural progression that you would have strong feelings towards friends of your friends or those that are close to them?
Yeah, I totally am going to agree with you on that one, that there is a natural inclination to be able to fall in fascination or in love or in lust with people who are in your circle, because obviously you have things in common, all the things that we know already. The intimacy is there. But I do want to challenge you, Kat. I mean, let's kind of set up, as you said, I set up a poll. I want to hear your opinion, because, you know, I kind of struggled with this. Yeah, I struggled with this one. And so I'm putting you into the hot seat, and I want to hear from our viewers as well.
Could you please give us a call on 021-430-9881? We would love to hear your comments on this. Like I said, Dr. Eve launched me with this one. My take on it, it's a very sensitive thing. Like I'm thinking, for instance, about, let's say, my best friend from high school, Stephen. Yes. I think him and I just have that understanding that we would never cross that line.
Why?
I guess because, for instance, whilst I was dating said person in the past, he got to maybe experience a part of that person's life. We might have spoken on the odd occasion.
On the odd occasion.
On the odd occasion.
On the odd occasion.
As everyone does. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of feels unnatural or awkward to have, let's say, Stephen dating one of my exes, because then we meet and then it's like, oh, hi, you guys are together, that's great. Yeah, okay. What's your take, Dr. Eve? Is it okay to date your best friend or your friend's ex?
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. I was really dilemmaed about that, and I'm seeing on Twitter that people are saying, oh, they're also kind of dilemmaed around this. And my instinct was like, friendship really does come first. I do believe in the sister bro code. I really think that that's important. And I thought, no, kind of expand yourself. Be a little more liberal in your thinking around this. And I started doing some research and reading online what people were saying about it and came across two different viewpoints. The one is, this is ridiculous. We kind of move on in the world and we do not possess people and we don't have possession of each other's bodies or of their hearts, and we should be open and we should be liberal enough to be able to just accept that this person is no longer in your life and we don't own you, and therefore it's okay for my best friend to be dating you. And then I sat with that and it felt like, no, it still is not swaying me. It's like, no, this is not okay. And then I went to look for what are the reasons why I feel this is not okay. And I think there's good enough reasons. There's no evidence around this, but there are good enough reasons why this is not okay.
Can I ask you to hold on to those reasons just for a couple of seconds? Because we're going to take a break about this while we ponder it. Because while you were saying that, I was just also thinking to myself that, but it's stupid for me to feel that way because I don't own my ex. I don't own anybody, so I can't tell who not to date who, you know, if that makes sense at all. But listen, we're going to keep our lines open. 0214309881. Is it okay to date your friend's ex? Call us.
Very interesting topic indeed. We'll continue with that in just a second. Right now, we're taking a step back into the Expresso kitchen with the lovely Teresa. She's the face behind the Couscous blog, and it's all about dates this morning. They're sweet, they're naturally healthy as well, and they just make a delicious little dessert in terms of date balls.
Yeah.
Love you, Teresa. All right, cool.
Well, I love dates. They're full of fiber and healthy, as you said, full of vitamins and minerals, and very sweet. So we can use them to sweeten dishes instead of sugar, which I love doing.
What I love, just on a note like with that, you know, when I drink coffee, I normally put no sugar in the coffee, but I eat a date with it.
Yeah,
something that I picked up they could do it in Dubai quite a bit in the Middle East.
No, totally, nice and sweet.
Okay,
so everybody loves a date ball, right?
Yes.
This is a classic, so this is what we're going to be making today.
Okay, I'm glad to see there's some good peanut butter involved as well.
Yes, we've got a bit of protein. So what we're going to do is put the dates in the blender.
All right.
We're going to add our peanut butter.
All right.
You can actually use almond butter, macadamia butter, anything you like. And I tend to go for the sugar-free, salt-free version if you can. And a bit of cocoa powder.
Brilliant.
And we're going to blitz that all up.
I say, oh fast, oh fast.
Yeah. And that's just going to turn into a bit of a paste.
Okay.
There we go. So that's looking good. Then we're going to add our raw nuts.
Right, for a bit of a
today
crunch
we've
factor.
got, yeah, totally. We've got raw almonds and pistachios. And again, you can actually add whatever you like, your favorite nuts, anything will do. And we're going to blend that again. Get them all chopped up.
There we go. Work.
There we go.
It's working this morning.
It's about to take off.
Yeah.
Lastly, we're going to add a little bit of orange zest,
which
adds some nice flavor, and then some brown rice syrup to kind of stick it all together. And
you
can use
brown rice syrup.
Yeah, you can get it at supermarkets, health shops.
Okay.
It's usually organic, which is quite nice. But if you can't find it, honey
will
works
do.
just as well.
All right.
And sticks it all together.
And there we go.
And mix it all together. Ooh, this is looking a little bit chunky, but that's okay.
All right.
And then
while we get that blender, SMS the keyword snack to 33728. That's snack to 33728. And you could make this beautiful date ball recipe yourself as well.
Right.
And now this is the messy part.
This is the messy part. I think it's school holidays for most of the kids.
Yes.
So this is something you can do with them. Put it in your coconut and you roll it into a ball. And that's
then you have
pretty
it.
much done. And this is great for picnics. Pop it in your lunchbox for work.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Give it to the kids and
very, very easy. Teresa, thank you very much. The keyword
Pleasure.
is snack. SMS that to 33728. You can make your very own crunchy date balls using some nuts in there as well. That's snack to 33728. But Teresa's got two more brilliant recipes using dates.
All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve, and our lines are open on 0214309881. The relationship topic this morning, we're asking, is it okay to date your friend's ex? Oh my gosh, just asking those words goes, it hits the feels.
Gut-wrenching, right? It's
really,
gut-wrenching.
Why is that, Dr. Eve? And you're also talking about the reasons why this happens.
Why it happens. So there is, in a friendship, like you were talking about, your friend, the friendship means that there is intimacy and disclosure. And you go to your friend and you want to talk about the pain and the joy that you're having. And it depends on the level of friendship, but you really are disclosing a lot about what's going on in that relationship for you at that moment. Then it's all over and you're starting to be interested in your friend, you're now interested in this ex-person. There are a number of things that are going to happen to you. You're going to, first of all, I want, and I'm asking the viewers, find out the first thing is, why did they break up? You know, you're only going to get your friend's version of why this breakup happened. So you're going to get one version of why this breakup happened, and then you're going to start dating this person, and it's going to be all like bad stuff. So you have to be a little wary about what really went on in that relationship before you start dating, because maybe you don't know about abuse or addictions or adulteries or just stories that would upset you that you don't know about this ex. So you really want to find that out. The other thing, and I think the most important thing, is that there is a sense of betrayal that happens. Like things that you have really shared with your best friend is now being shared or has a chance of being shared with this ex. Perhaps you didn't disclose family stuff or very inner feelings to your ex, maybe because the relationship wasn't long enough, because you didn't feel the relationship was intimate enough, but you've told them to your best friend.
Yeah.
Is this best friend now going to go and share that stuff with your ex? What happens if you're kind of lying in bed with this ex and you kind of have an absolute natural curiosity, as one does in an intimate relationship, to say, well, you know, what was your last lover like? Well, your last lover happened to be your best friend.
Was it George Go? Yo, Hade, oh, wow.
Right? But it happens to be your best friend.
Get the camera off me. Get the camera off me.
You're still hanging out with this person. And then you're going to be comparing. I mean, do you want to be in that position?
While we were chatting during the break now, Graham actually even dropped a little seed in there, because you might ask yourself a question like, did this spark that has now occurred between my best friend and my ex, did that actually happen whilst I was dating that person? Because then that becomes a whole new thing to have to contend with when you think of yourself like, did your friend actually betray you during those times as well? That destroys a friendship, isn't it?
Absolutely. There is a total lack of trust that's going to be happening. You feel you've been betrayed on every single level. And then think about this, Kat, the paranoia that you're going to have, because, as you and I agree on, we don't ever forget about our exes. We shouldn't forget about them. They sit there. We may not actively be engaging with them, but they're there. But then you're going to think, are they meeting up at the same party that you're all at? And are they going into the bathroom for a quickie? Or are they going to have are you in the meantime because they want to get back together at some time? There is no trust that can happen in that situation. Hey, so you can hear I have strong feelings about it.
Dr. Eve out here launching us on a Monday morning. Listen, we want to engage with you on this topic because we might have our own viewpoints, you might have your own. And how about this? Maybe if you've been one of those people that was in love with your best friend's ex, started dating, and it's worked out successfully, how about tell us about that story on 0214309881. We're expecting your call.
Now, if you haven't heard the good news already, Vodacom is about to make your day with free data. Explore Facebook Monday, Lifestyle Tuesday, Gaming Wednesday, Instagram Thursday, Music Friday, Sports Saturday, thank you very much, and Video Sunday. So to qualify, buy a Vodacom 100 meg data bundle or more and have a positive data balance.
Yes, then what you need to do is dial *111*634# or download the latest My Vodacom app, and then remember to opt in daily and don't miss out on up to 1 gig free data every day from South Africa's best network.
Oh, well, listen, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Loving the discussion with Dr. Eve. Well, give us a call if you have a comment or a question regarding the question, would you date your best friend's ex? Our number is 0214309881. And then we're also going to spend some time in the kitchen making a chocolate mousse with berries recipe. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
A very good Monday morning to you. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, live, large and in charge on SABC3. It's Expresso. We've got Anonymous on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, what is your comment and what would you like to share with us this morning?
Okay, so this is my scenario. I was best friends with this girl for like probably 10 years, and then recently we went our different ways, we moved countries, and now we're no longer friends. But her boyfriend has shown interest in me. Now, do I still have that same loyalty because she's my best friend or ex-best friend? Or like, how does it work?
Wow, so a 10-year friendship they had, but, you know, over the years it's kind of faded a little bit, but now the ex-boyfriend...
Is it an ex? That's what I'm wanting to hear.
Yeah, the ex of the friend is showing interest in her. Are you interested in her, in the boyfriend?
I feel like guilty for being interested in him, but he has shown signs, but I'm just asking, like, do I still need to have loyalty even though the friendship doesn't exist?
Yeah, you know, the fact, I'm always going to go with the feelings that you're feeling guilty and you're feeling uncomfortable with it. What I would do, I think what is elegant to do, is check in with this friend and say, we're not that close anymore, this is what's going down, tell me how you feel about it, because I still value you and I don't want to be upsetting you. And I am interested in this guy, how would you feel about it? I think I like that you check in with a friend, because that also, I know from personal clinical experience as well, that makes a huge difference. If you go back to the friend and say, this is what's going down, instead of again doing it behind her or his back, that's like, hey, no, that's really not cool.
Thanks so much, Anonymous. I want to ask if the same rule applies.
Yes.
Let's say there has not been a relationship established as yet. So you two as friends, and then you meet somebody, right? And your friend starts showing romantic interest in said party, but this said party is showing romantic interest to you. So is it then up to you to tell your friend, then listen, stop this because that person's interested in me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to like say, but still she's your best friend or he's your best friend. You got to say, don't want you to get this broken heart, but this is what's going down. This person is really showing interest in me and I know that you're really keen on him or her.
Yeah.
So we're in this conundrum. Let's sort it out together.
And can you then pursue that romantic feeling once you've revealed to your friend?
I think, you know, very much once you have told your friend this is what's going on and let her get over her loss and her grief and her feeling of being rejected and then say, you know, is this going to be workable for us in a relationship?
Dr. Eva, a lot can happen in that period of grief and loss, eh? You could lose your friend as a result of that.
You can, but then again, you've got to look at yourself and say, well, there hasn't been an established relationship. Why do I feel so attached to somebody who I don't have a relationship with? And let me get myself a little more rational here, and this friendship is important to me. And I think at that stage, you should be able to say, okay, I'm going to support you in pursuing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anonymous, thank you so much for posing that question that led us to this topic that we are just expanding on further. And we're going to keep our lines open, 021 430 9881. Is what are they? Sisters before misters, and then the other one talking about that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Very, very interesting chat indeed. We're taking a step back. We're using dates as the hero ingredient in the kitchen this morning. We're spending some time with Teresa. She's the face behind Cupcakes and Couscous blog, and she has been making a beautiful, beautiful date ball recipe earlier on. You can go check it out on our website, expressoshow.com. Right now, though, a chocolate mousse with berries with some dates in there. It sounds decadent, Teresa. Wow.
So
I mean, just look at it.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. And this dessert ticks a lot of boxes. It's gluten-free, it's refined sugar-free, it's vegan. And most importantly, it's delicious.
I like that.
So
Gotta throw
this
that
is a
in
good
there.
one. I love a traditional chocolate mousse with chocolate and eggs, but if you want something quick and easy and healthy, this is the way to go.
Well, I'm very keen. I'm really keen to see how this comes together. So where do we start?
What we've done with the dates is we've made them into a date paste.
Okay.
And all you have to do is soak them in a bit of boiling water for about 20 minutes, and then you blitz them into a paste.
All right.
So it's
Easy
very
like
easy.
that.
And we're going to add this to some coconut cream.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
And what's important here is when you buy your coconut cream, pop it in the fridge overnight, so for about 8 hours or so.
All right.
And it'll separate, and you'll be left with this thick mass of gorgeous cream, and that's what we're using in this dish.
I see. Okay, so you scoop off that top layer of cream then,
yeah, we whisk it up, and we're going to add the dates, some cocoa.
Right.
And some vanilla extract.
And that's pretty much it.
And it's so easy. And we're going to mix that together, and we're going to get this beautiful
Yeah, so the more you mix it, it's going to
mixture,
be nice and smooth.
it's going to come together. Yeah, when you make your date paste, try and make it as smooth as possible.
Yes.
Because it ultimately affects the texture.
Obviously, yeah, because
And
the mousse
then,
is normally, it's a very smooth
very
kind of
smooth,
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This will have a little bit of texture, but
yeah, because
that's
obviously we're putting an
okay.
ingredient in there that's not normally found in
Yeah,
mousse, you know.
no,
it's,
for
it's
sure.
date, so I think it's fantastic. SMS the keyword chocolate to 33728. That's chocolate to 33728, and we'll send you everything you need to know to make this delicious chocolate mousse with berries, with some dates incorporated there as
Yeah.
well.
So all you need to do is spoon this into your serving dish.
Oh, wow. And I love the fact that you've got the natural sweetness in there from the dates.
Yeah, it's really a healthy version of a treat.
All right.
Once you've done that, you just pop it in the fridge to get it nice and chilled and set.
All right.
And then when it's all done, you can see we've got a finished one here. You dust it with a bit of cocoa powder and then pop some fresh berries on top, whatever your favorite is. I
Brilliant.
think red berries are also nice. They look beautiful.
They look beautiful as well. But that looks decadent.
And that's it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very easy recipe. I think it's also gluten-free, like Teresa said. It's healthy as well. So SMS the keyword chocolate to 33728. Go check out the full recipe on our website as well. That's expressoshow.com.
Oh my word, listen, the conversations we're having, that's why Dr. Eve is on the phone right now. We're all over the timeline. We're talking about dating your friend's ex.
Yes.
Lacey is on the line right now. Good morning, Lacey.
Good morning, Katlesho. Good morning, Dr. Eve.
Thanks so much for your call. What would you like to share with us this morning?
Okay, so I'm feeling really bad about my situation. I started dating my ex's best friend. He and I are still dating, but my ex and I aren't on speaking terms anymore. And I was just wondering if, like, there's any way, how do I apologize to him and explain the situation?
Ooh, okay, all right.
Right, so she started dating her ex's best friend, and now they're not talking to each other any longer.
Yeah, so she's trying to find a way of just letting her ex know that there was no ill intention in this. It's just the way it happened.
Yeah, Lacey, it's uncomfortable. What part of it is really uncomfortable for you?
I just wanted my ex to know that there were no ill feelings. I really couldn't help how I felt. That's just how things began.
Yeah. Right, so you're saying that you just couldn't help how you felt. Is there bad blood now between these two people, whether they're men or women?
Yes.
There's bad blood.
They're not speaking to each other anymore either. It's quite bad.
It's bad, and you feel kind of responsible for that?
Yes, I do. I really want to explain where the intention came from, but I guess maybe he can't understand because he's been really hurt.
Right, so all you have to do is just to acknowledge he's been really hurt. If you're going to go back and be defensive and explain yourself, I think it's going to make him more angry. I think you just got to have to live with what the situation is. You've got to find a comfortability for yourself around it and with your new relationship around that.
And I guess it also maybe depends on how recent it is, because maybe then over time this person will come around and realize that what you have in your hands is really a fruitful relationship that is good for everyone.
I think you've been very generous.
I tried to be, Dr.
Is it not going to get better with time?
I'm saying I think that maybe in time it will get better because the ex and the friend will realize that the relationship that you have is a truly fruitful one, you know, and who knows, maybe your ex might be the godfather of your children one day. I'm just painting an ideal picture that might possibly be there. I'm not trying to, you know, throw everything out of the window, but thank you so much for sharing with us. And I want to just maybe just touch on this before we leave, that there's a saying that girls and boys will come and go, but friendships remain forever.
I do believe that, Kat. I really, really do. If you look at divorce statistics, which are about 50%, and breakups and makeups that happen, people's relationships are not forever and ever, but friendships seem to really be long-lasting because of the very nature of that relationship. It's very different to an intimate relationship with somebody else. And I think that friendships, or not only I think, there's great research that indicates the importance of friendship in terms of health benefits even, to having friends. There are not that many good health benefits to having a relationship. It can actually be quite destructive to health. But friendships, there's no doubt that they have enormous health benefits.
So you, Dr. Eve, are a sisters before misters kind of lady?
I am.
Wow. That's your hard and fast rules as it goes.
I've thought about it. That's a decision. That's how it has to be. Take care of things. I'm not judging people.
Not at all.
I'm not making them feel badly. But I am saying that I think that they're very difficult, very complex, what we call complex relationships to be in. and people can't avoid it. It's not that there's a fault in it, but there has to be an acknowledgement that it leads to enormous complexity when you get into those situations. Get onto my Facebook and keep chatting, or follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely, on Twitter as well. That conversation is raging on with that poll. So Dr. Eve, or as I affectionately call you sometimes, Babe, thank you so much for engaging with us in this topic, and I hope that it was enlightening to you. Do keep on sharing your thoughts with us online using #ExpressoShow.
Oh, listen, we're going to take a quick break. Thank you, Kat and Dr. Eve. And speaking of relationships, it makes me want to have a date, and I'm not talking about that kind. I'm talking about the one you can cook in the kitchen with date, apples, and carrots, because that's exactly what we'll be cooking up after the break.
Oh, then it's freezing out here, so I'm going to drag this out just for Zoe. Now, we're going to use one of the most powerful tools for development, entrepreneurship, to grow our youth. We'll see you for that inspirational story after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso, only on SABC3. Jumping into the kitchen for the very last time with the lovely Teresa this morning. And we've been playing around with dates. All some different recipes and delicious. We made some mousse, we made some date balls. Now a rather interesting one. Date, carrot and apple muffins.
Yeah, it's quite a wholesome muffin.
Yeah.
And again, the dates are going to sweeten the muffin, so there's no added sugar or anything like that.
Okay,
so
I like that. I like that.
I call these my one bowl muffins.
Cool. Your one bowl muffins.
Yeah.
All right.
Less washing up. So we've got some flour here, and we've got some baking powder and some spices.
And these we kind of just sift through.
Cinnamon and ginger, so we're going to sift those. Get
all right.
some air in there.
Got it.
Easy. And then, just as with the chocolate mousse, I've made a date paste. So again, soak the dates in some boiling water.
Yes.
And then just blitz them, and they're in a nice paste. So we're going to throw all our wet ingredients in. So there's our dates, our eggs, some milk.
All right.
Super easy. This is another one you can do with the kids these holidays.
That's right,
Some
eh?
vanilla.
Especially with the cold weather we're having in the mother city and all across the country, actually.
They'll love it.
Fun for the indoors and nice to eat afterwards.
Bit of honey, and then last of all, some melted butter. Oh, that's quite heavy.
That's it.
There we go.
Let me give that a stir for you.
So now, the thing with muffins is less is definitely more. So
Yes.
please don't overmix your muffins. Just
All
a
right.
couple of times.
But if you ask so nicely, please don't overmix your muffins. All right, I promise, Teresa. Thank
And
you.
we're going to add some grated carrot,
That's it.
some grated apple. So we've got our fruit and our veg,
That's it.
and some orange rind for flavour. And
Right.
we just need to mix those just until it's combined
Yeah.
and no more. So even if there's a few lumps, that's perfect.
So there we go. That
and
should be
that's
good.
it. So then you pop that in your muffin tray and you bake it for about 20 minutes
Yeah.
until they're cooked through. And then what I quite like to do, just as a treat, is I put some cream cheese on top. So you
Oh.
mix a bit of cream cheese with honey, a
Yeah.
bit of vanilla and orange, put that on top, maybe some sprinkled nuts, and it just makes them extra special.
That's it. And I love the
extra
fact that you're
delicious.
incorporating dates in there as well,
Yeah.
which is amazing. So SMS the keyword sweet to 33728. That's sweet to 33728, and we'll send you the recipe straight to your phone. You can also log, of course, onto our website, expressoshow.com, to go check out all of the different recipes that we made throughout the course of the show, including all of those date recipes as well. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. That chocolate mousse one, though, I'm definitely going to try that one. Hey, oh man, it looks amazing. But for this one over here, SMS the keyword sweet to 33728. Teresa, thank you very much. Really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
Well, listen, who says you can't have dessert for breakfast? Afternoon Express resident chef Clem Pedro is here to kickstart the school holidays with some deliciously healthy breakfast popsicles packed with fruit and fiber to start your day the right way.
All right now it's time for us to inspire you as we do every single Monday with our Mandela Monday story. So let's take a look.
Young Entrepreneurs Pocket Money Market is something that came from wanting to fix everything, I suppose, and working out that the common cause between so many things in our society is lack of education and lack of financial stability in a country with probably the highest unemployment in the world. If we could all operate a small business from home, how great would that be?
Linda Wilson founded the Pocket Money Market with a primary goal to nurture the spirit of entrepreneurship in children so they can build financial independence in the future.
A lot of our kids aren't realistically going to get jobs, let alone nice jobs that they love and are passionate about. And self-employment is a great option, but most of us are ill-equipped to do it. You know, I am lucky enough to have learned quite a lot on this crazy journey of life, to be able to share with them both the theory and the practical aspects, and that is really what I can do to make them financially independent.
My sisters and I, store's name is Beauty. We are selling ceramic pots with terrariums and sticker art. What I enjoy in being an entrepreneur is that I can sell my product and interact with customers.
Linda has also established an outreach program in socio-economic disadvantaged communities so enterprising children from these areas can also participate in the market.
We run at approximately a third outreach. Those children are unable to come to market without help. They don't have parents or families that can support them. So we pretty much do everything for them. I meet with them and find out where their interests lie, and from that we develop a product, source the materials, and on an ongoing basis help them to produce and bring their product to market. The very first market I also fund, and once they are up and running, they need to reinvest profits to fund their next round of materials.
Since I've joined this Pocket Money Market, I've learned to start my own business and to know how much money I made so I can pay my other workers who work. And we also work as a team. I'm finding it very interesting for me, and when I grow up it will be easier, so I know the things how to start my own business.
Some of the children have successfully gone on to supply retail stores, and it's a wonderful way for parents to engage their children on the subject of entrepreneurship.
I think the market day was absolutely amazing. It's amazing to see such young kids come up with such innovative ideas, and it's just teaching them how to interact with the public and become young entrepreneurs of the future.
The market's a fantastic opportunity. My daughter loves being here. The atmosphere is great, and all the kids help each other, work together. It's just a lovely environment.
This is the best investment I can make in my child's future. I think that poverty is responsible for so many negatives in our society. And if I want to remain in this country and raise a child in this country, this is the best possible way of looking to making that future a good one for all of us.
This is a market where young traders, crafters and artisans can earn, learn and have fun. If we want to help the next generation build their financial freedom, then a little market is where we can start right now.
This will be my
talk about laying a foundation. So he's been burning up the radio charts, got a brilliant album out. It's been out for about a year now, but now he is going to burn up this kitchen. It's getting hot in here. Time to put Jesse Clegg through our 1-minute omelette challenge. Some of the best have tried and failed. Katlecho, omelette man, Mabuwe is in the house. So, Jess, not to terrify you, you've got 1 minute to make an omelette that looks good, and is edible. I'll be doing the tasting, so please make it edible,
All right.
dude, okay? So you've got the absolute basics, 1 egg, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You got your whisk, you got your fork, you got your plate. That's all you should need to create breakfast history here.
Just so you know, this is my pan, please.
Ooh,
Thank you.
okay. Are you ready? Kat seems ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're not good with the smack talk, bro. Come on, just break him down. Break him down.
Breathe, bro.
I think he's hustling. I think someone's hustling.
I'm so
breathing.
Yeah.
He's look at that.
This is terrifying.
He's I think he's playing a hustler here. I think he's downplaying his ability in the kitchen. All right, so gentlemen, we've got high hopes. I look forward to tasting both of your omelettes. You have 1 minute. Might feel like an eternity, but it's going to go so quickly. Can we start our clock in 3,
Don't
2,
touch, put it down.
1, go for it. Crack them eggs, boys. Cat right off the bat, cracking his egg. Jesse, a little less dexterous, but good whisking technique. So far, no spilt egg. Got a lovely consistency going there. The color of his
Get out of my way, Jesse. Out of my way.
We knew it was going to get ugly. It looks like the gloves have come off. And believe it or not, it's Jesse Clegg is first into the pan with his half-moon shape omelette. Oh, he's spreading that one measly egg around. Kat is going for a far more practiced approach, spreading his miniature omelette out, Jesse. We're not making scrambled eggs.
This is going
We're making an omelette.
I'm doing scrambled now.
Dude, I have to eat that. Come on, man. I have to taste that off.
Come on, my boy.
Oh,
Come on.
My boy is going for the all-important
That is a bit more heat on it. How long do we have, guys?
Nice bubblage there. Nice
Okay, I'm doing
consistency on
scrambled
that.
now.
8, 7.
Oh, it's stuck to the pan.
6. You gotta give me what you got.
I'm doing
4, 3, 2, 1. Shabuya.
Shabuya.
Not an omelette.
Oh my word.
Wait. Which of these two would you identify as an omelette?
Oh my word. Gentlemen, can I dress both of yours?
No. You can't be putting salt on his. He forgot to put salt.
No,
now taste it.
I keep it pure.
Taste it. Oh, I keep it.
Jesse, it looks so lovely, man.
Yeah, well, just for you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one of those MasterChef
Get
tests.
involved.
It's so nice. Wow, man, you're a winner. Woo! All right.
Like presentation omelette-wise, we're talking omelette right there, right?
Yeah, no, it looks like it could have been an omelette.
There we go.
It's quite avant-garde in its shape, dude.
Abstract.
I can taste the egg. I can taste the salt. I can taste the pepper. I'm not gagging. So, Katlakom is the omelette man, my boy.
What's up, Jesse Clegg?
Jesse Clegg, you're a legend, dude. Thank you so much for showing us your complete lack of prowess in the kitchen.
Not for me.
How delicious is that good?
Listen, I'm not that convinced. It looked like scrambled eggs, not an omelette. I'm just saying.
Yeah, luckily I feel like some scrambled eggs this morning. So I'm just saying,
You've
Jesse,
got
thank you for my
plenty to choose
breakfast, brother. Listen, we're not quite done with your Feel Good Breakfast Show just yet. After the break, us presenters, we take the Savings Pledge. Don't miss that.
Here we go. Try it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for joining us for an inspirational, feel-good start to the week. Now, most importantly this morning, we want you to get your iconic Big Mac medium meal right now for a ridiculous price, $39.90. It's not only tasty, but it's convenient too. In fact, any excuse for a Big Mac. Why?
Because we said so. You've heard some of our excuses. Now it's time for us to hear some of yours.
It's cheat days.
I get very hangry. It's because I'm the man. Because it's the only handful that won't give you grey hair.
It calls my name through the wind.
It'll fill my tummy, and it doesn't cost a lot of money.
I couldn't imagine eating anything else after a night out.
Because being far away from home, it's the best replacement for a family meal.
The Big Mac has 2 patties for 2 of us because we are twins.
Because I told everyone at home I'm going to be on TV.
I went to an audition and they told me that I needed to lose 6 kilograms, so I'm rebelling.
I've been fasting the whole day, so I'm super hungry.
So yeah, this morning on the way to work, I saw Vanessa and he gave a huff and a puff, leaving me the sight of Mac Village. Could I have my Mac, please?
My excuse? Big Mac's delicious. Big Mac is awesome. It's wonderful. It's amazing.
So we were playing, of course, our favorite Monday guessing game of a Guess Who, where we put a particular celebrity, international or local, up on the board and blur their face out completely and then give you some handy clues. One of those clues was he was 2013's sexiest man. He actually beat me that year, but he is such a lovely guy. So who is our mystery celeb this morning? Who got it right?
Before I reveal it, I love this one from Vicky saying, me, lol, couldn't refrain myself. Well, listen, the correct answer, in fact, is Maps Mapunyane. Ricardo getting it correct, Hulusani, Tele, as well as Mama Lelo. In fact, everyone getting it correct. I don't see anyone not getting it correct. Rina Ma says the one and only yummy Maps.
He's a yummy muppy.
Expresso
I think
show.
our clues were far too easy this morning, but we love it. So thank you so much to everyone who weighed in. Yes, our mystery man this morning is none other than Mr. Maps Mapunyane.
Yes, Mr. Maps Mapunyane.
Anyone say it again?
Mr. Maps Mapunyane. Now, he's a cool dude. He's a cool brother, man. But listen, at the beginning of the show today, of course, we were talking about the fact that it is National Savings Month, and we as South Africans are not saving enough. In fact, we're the worst at it in the whole world, according to statistics. And Vanessa told us this. They also are here joining us from Nedbank. And of course, they're urging all of us, including you at home, to join the hashtag #MySavingsPledge campaign for the month of July.
Yeah, man, and it's actually very, very easy. So simply pick one thing that you can do one less without. Maybe one less coffee a day, cappuccino, or maybe one less takeout dinner on the weekend, and take that 20, 50 or 200 bucks and save it.
Yeah, and we want you to save for this month and then reward yourself with something that's more important. And we're going to be joining you on this journey. And we've all had to think about what we're going to pledge to do one less of every day in order to save for something more important. So thank you, ladies, for laying down the gauntlet for us. Have we all had a good thing?
Yeah, I have actually.
I'm going with Vanessa's idea. I'm going to do less cappuccino, one less a day.
Okay, so you need to put it. You need to put it in your savings
pocket. Because we each have our own jars.
Yes.
Does anybody have change for 100?
Can I
Prosper, do you have change for 100?
Just put that in there, and then you know you've saved up for how many cappuccinos.
Oh, he actually does.
Yeah, see, then it's fine. Then he can do that.
He's investing and he's planning.
There we go.
Shot, bro. Okay, so where's Coca boy? Where's Paul? Okay, so can I do this because I'm doing it for my first day, but this is for 2 days worth of cappuccino, so
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's 60 bucks.
Cool.
Okay.
Hide it, guys.
Awesome.
I'm already going in.
Which one's
Go for it,
yours?
man.
This
Go
is
for it.
mine. I got the
That's
cake.
yours. Okay.
So listen, yeah, I think for me, I've had a good think about this one as well. And you know, obviously, when it comes to weekends, I like to spoil myself and my family with something nice to eat. So obviously, the takeouts, you know. So normally I'll do a takeout on a Friday or a Saturday, you know, spoil the kids a little bit and the wife as well. But it adds up to quite a lot because I'm providing for the whole family.
Yeah.
So it
Two
adds
kids.
Up, exactly,
Yeah,
2 kids as well.
yeah.
So let's say just last night I had pizza and it ended up being 260 rand. You know, just for all of us.
I was going to borrow you, but
You're going to borrow me, so it's fine. So I'll do one less takeout dinner a week.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so
I'll
you're
do
going to
that.
save on average 260 rand a week?
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Yes.
Awesome. So
You can't hope you must do it.
next
Because
week
some
when we're
takeouts are
here-
less than others. I'm just saying.
next week when we get here, I'm going to see the 260 in the jar.
Wow, I'm scared now.
With interest. With interest, yeah.
I think you guys need bigger jars.
Oh, yeah.
Those jars look very tiny.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
you
thing.
squeeze. That's why we're going with notes.
Yeah, we're going to roll those notes up nice and tight.
Yeah. Well, listen,
And
I'm
you said-
joining you on the dinner, because I don't cook. So I think I'm going to sacrifice one butter chicken curry and cook it myself instead of ordering it in, because that with naan bread and the petrol to go and fetch it, it adds up.
It adds
It's
up.
140 bucks.
A week.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
Now,
Awesome.
You and I know you can relate to this, man. Having a beautiful little baby boy at home has changed the game entirely for me. And I know someone had made the suggestion of moving to washable nappies as opposed to disposable. There is no way that I am ever going to brave a washable nappy. But I do enjoy my nappy changes. But I thought it's a really cool way of me involving little Jack, my son, in this process. And I've realized how wasteful I actually am. And now, anyone who's had a baby, you know wipes are like gold.
Yes.
I use now wipes for everything.
Clean
Baby's wipes for
dashboard.
everything. You know, completely. Even for taking my show makeup off after the show, I'm using Jack's baby wipes. So I thought this would be a great way of instilling it in my everyday life. And when you start to add up those small increments, I can save about 50 Rand a week just on just one less wipe per session. It's unbelievable, and that now starts to roll over.
You see, you'll learn, dude. You'll make those wipes go the distance.
Now I'm going to start cutting those wipes in half and then cutting them into quarters and using each little thing. But thank you so much. What an interesting exercise when you start actually weighing up the cents behind each one of those. And then I'm going to buy something really nice for Jack with the money that I save.
Awesome.
I'm not spotting you anything.
Yeah,
Leave my-
and Graham, with a little baby, you have to save for emergencies. You never know when you're going to need it. Yeah? So for you, what you're saving, very quickly you might use it. But here's the trick. When you save it, okay, and you get to that emergency, you're going to think twice about dipping into your savings. Rather look at how else might you get the money to fund that emergency. So you don't touch your saving. I think the biggest pleasure for us is how we started saving.
Yeah, and seeing your money grow. And I think you mentioned definitely bringing the kids into the savings culture. It's amazing. Starting young makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So well done in bringing the kids in part of it.
Thank you.
So have you guys decided what you're saving for, though? So what's that important thing? Because I know that I'm going to be pledging what I'm saving right now to get myself a new mount for my phone, a tripod that I can use. Because I like taking a lot of cool stills with my phone. So one of those nice little ones that I can just use for my phone. What are you going to be getting with your saving?
Dude, I think for me, the ultimate goal for me is to spend time with the family. So maybe weekends away, or little trips here and there, or really supporting the family as a whole. I think that's the main goal, because when it comes to the end of the month, there's not normally a lot of money left to do those kind of things. So if you take a look at what you can actually save, then that would be my goal.
So that's going to be like the petrol money for you guys.
Well, I guess so, man.
Save,
Well,
right?
it depends if I do this for a whole year and I'm committed to it.
Well, there you go. Let's start
That can maybe take an overseas
It
holiday.
could be your holiday at the beach or anywhere. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mine's for my next holiday. I want a stamp in my passport. So that's one abroad.
Okay,
Nice. It's going to have to be more than the butter chicken.
I was thinking, you're going to have to sacrifice more than one butter chicken.
I've told you I don't cook. I was just sacrificing one meal.
I was going to say his first PlayStation game, because every kid needs a good PlayStation game, but I think I'm going to start a school fund right now. I'm actually going to start a school fund and see this through to the long term.
Do you know what? So don't always save for things. Okay? So it's saving for that rainy day and saving for a bigger cause. I love the
Unfortunately, we have to go right now. Our 9 o'clock spot has gone. But listen, good luck with Savings Month. We're starting today. Join our journey. Hit us up on Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you.
Hashtag my savings pledge.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.